Cool.
What can I do?
I gotta lower the angle of the dangle.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's out my bosom.
Oh.
My tender victuals. That's good. All right. Okay. All right. Are you ready, Danielle?
Yes.
Okay. Then let us begin. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 809. The Melmetal Podcast, or Melmetal. The Go Nintendo Podcast is a part of the Greenlit Podcast Network at greenlitpodcast.com. Mom Brain.
Really hard.
Will you tell us about Melmetal, please?
Melba.
Melba?
Melba, can I have some candy?
Garbage Day is a very dangerous day.
The end of its lifespan, Melmetal will rust and fall apart. This
Heifer. Heifer. It's the worst impression of Rocco ever.
so good.
Heifer.
The small shards left behind will eventually be reborn.
I'm sorry, the small shards?
Yeah, little metal shards.
Mm.
Will eventually be reborn as, I'm not telling you,
Oh,
8 feet tall, 1,763.7 pounds.
big boy.
Big boy. Or girl, or
Big thing. Big Melmetal.
because the gender is unknown.
Yes.
The category is Hex Nut, and its abilities include Iron Fist.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
Thanks
I
for
really
reaching hard.
appreciate it. You got it. All right, let me start like this today. Hello, Joe is cool, and Giant Reggie, and Nico Darunia, and Nader Die, and Anastasia Beaverhazen, and Highland
Who
Tom,
has a Zoom date after this?
and Rock, yeah, and Mom Brain. Hello, Mom Brain, and Arcade Token, and Drake Gamer, Malik Halo, and Colma, and whoever else pops in today. Hi, Guy Bones. Thanks for joining us. Who has a Zoom date?
A. Beaverhausen.
A. Beaverhazen. Hello, Joshua 220. A Zoom date. What is that even like?
Well, I just said, how does this happen? Have you met in person before?
Anastasia Beaverhazen says, soon I'll be getting Zoom married. Well, that sounds
Malik
lovely.
Halo says, then Zoom children.
Yep.
Joshua 220 says, did you remember my email,
Oh,
Romy?
Freddie Fro says, it's a very fast date. I have your email in a special folder, so I remembered it as far as that
A
goes.
very
Yes.
special folder.
Hello, Freddie Fro. Hello.
People have been doing video dating. This like, it's become a little bit more popular.
Maybe we should try it, Romy. What do you
Me
think?
and you?
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm out.
Okay.
Hello, Nikki Hill. How are you?
I'm feeling good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Hello, Kirby. How are you?
Yeah, Melba. I'm doing good.
Hello, Do Michaels. How are you?
Ooh, I'm doing well, thank you.
This time it was the unmuted Uku. And everybody, hello, like I said. Oh, and of course, hello to Mr. The One, the Only, Josh Grobot. Josh Grobot, how are you, my friend? It's always a pleasure to have you here with us.
A big hello to my fans.
We're all fans, Josh, of course. All right. We got some things to talk about before we get into regular news. First up, we have an exciting announcement. If you are part of the Go Nintendo Patreon, you already know about this, but if you're not, let me fill you in. We are officially doing a Go Nintendo podcast book, and it's going to be the artwork of the Go Nintendo podcast. So Crazy Colonel's artwork. Obviously there's a long way to go, and Crazy Colonel had me ask some questions about it to the Patreon people, so I asked those questions, and I have to have many more talks with him, but it is officially happening. We're going to have a book of all, well, I don't know, these are things we need to talk about. I don't know if it's going to be the best of the artwork as picked by him, because I wouldn't feel right picking what I think is the best, or the best of the artwork
Did
picked
you
by
know you can win money just for playing Tetris? $5,000 is on the line
Thank you,
tonight in
Josh.
Tetris Prime
This
Time.
isn't the time, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, it's not the time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll
That's
be.
my job, to interrupt it in in inopportune moments.
Artwork
Hell yeah.
picked by you guys. Or if it'll just be, you know, like episode from when he started until halfway through, and then we'll do another book. I don't know. There are things that need to be figured out, but we are officially doing it. And I know Crazy Colonel wants to clean up some of the artwork. He said, I don't think he needs to, but he said he wants to clean up some of the earlier art. And I'm sure we'll have him write blurbs for each piece of art, and maybe I'll write something as well. But stay tuned for that. It's a long way off. Obviously, I'm not giving any dates or anything like that, but it is in the works. Things are going on. Moving on from that, we have some lovely soundboard submissions. Thanks to Pratt Trap, Donut Muffin, and Tony. They sent some lovely things our way. So, Ma Brain, if you would please, the tour of what we got.
Spicy meatball!
The discussion of small town security, Spicy Meatball made it. I believe Colma, he sent me a message and I got it late, but I think Colma was saying he didn't know about the show and he's watching it and he's upset that he didn't know about it at the time because it's fantastic and obviously it's over. And also some of the people are no longer alive, but he found out about the show now and he's enjoying it. So we have Spicy Meatball.
Whoa!
All right. Now that I was told that is Nikki Hill. Nikki Hill, do you agree?
Whoa!
One more time.
Whoa!
Is that what I sound like?
I love it. I love it.
At the same
No,
time,
that's me?
I thought it sounded a little like Do, but I don't know that Do would do that. I can't.
I don't think I could make that noise, but I could definitely see you making it, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm gonna default to.
Are we context or just no? It's just that's
We do not have context.
Whoa!
There's your context.
okay.
It was just on a podcast?
It was on one of our podcasts. Yeah, it's on one of the ones
No,
on
I got my
the.
phone tapped apparently.
What'd you say?
It's got my phone tapped.
It's on one of the podcasts where we were having you guys on virtually. I can tell that, but yeah, I don't. One more. Give it to me one more time, Aubrey.
Whoa!
I don't know what it was in relation to,
The more I hear it, the more I like it.
but it's good. It's good. Giant Reggie says sounds like Nikki. That's all I needed to hear. Then there we go. That's
Like,
it.
Something is looming.
Probably just like me talking about my weekend or something, and it's like nothing interesting in the conversation. Like the context is probably a real letdown, but I would really love to know the context.
Well, maybe we'll get that information this week. I'll be sure to let you know. Go on, Mom.
Something is looming.
We also have some Werner Herzog clips.
I wouldn't have a problem. He's heading towards certain death.
After my Werner Herzog impression was absolutely horrendous, we now have the official man himself. So,
Oh, I thought that was you doing Werner Herzog.
here, I'll do my best Werner Herzog. Here I go.
He's heading towards certain death.
I've been working on it.
Spot on.
Is that what I sound like?
Hello, Aloe Wolf. Thanks for joining.
We also have my new favorite.
Wow! That is me saying wow. I just don't remember what I said wow about. Hit me again, Maubrey. Wow! That one. Can you hold that one and turn it down a bit? It looks like it's a little too loud. If you hold the button, you'll get a volume thing and just do it like, I don't know, 20% lower. Hit me again. Wow!
That reminds
That's
me
good,
of
that's
there was a one audio clip like 15 years ago that was used for like everything. I don't remember what the guy was. If he was he a sports person or like a? Do you know? Remember what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the Jerry the King Lawler thing where he's like, wow, no.
No, it wasn't Jerry the King Lawler. It was another guy, and I don't remember if he was like the owner of a sports team or like part of a. It wasn't Ballmer. What's his name?
Steve Ballmer.
The micro. Yeah, it wasn't him.
Developers. Developers.
It was the guy that was running for office and then lost because he went, yeah!
Howard
Is that what it was?
Howard Dean.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Hello,
That would-
Steister. Hello, Steel Diver.
He was running for office?
He was, I believe, running to be nominated for president.
I think it was going well until that scream.
Yeah, that was literally what derailed him, which is crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I personally thought the scream was awesome.
Right? Give me some.
If he came back with that scream, he'd probably be leading in the polls.
Let
I
me.
think the problem was he couldn't recreate the scream, and everyone was like, he's a flip-flopper. Get him out of here.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a minute, he wore flip-flops and also screamed like that?
He was the perfect. I'm telling you, he was perfect.
You know something? If you had told us 1 year ago that we were going to come in third in Iowa, we would have given anything for that.
We're gonna skip ahead.
And North Dakota and
go.
New Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
I don't know.
There it is.
I don't know why I kind of just automatically associated him with like wrestling or some sporting event.
Because his voice is perfect.
We definitely need that on the soundboard. Oh man, that's good.
Well,
To take back the White House.
It really is like a wrestling promo.
How did this man not get elected?
That is good. That is good.
I love it. And the way his voice gets more and more hoarse
Yeah.
each state that he says, it's so good. Like, it almost makes you want to just, like, run out there and, like, vote for him. Like, I would have followed him into the wrestling ring, but I was like, oh, wait, he's running for office.
He slowly turns from just being excited in general to giving a wrestling promo. And that was the moment that derailed him. Yeah. Yes, Mombrain?
poor guy. We also have an update on a classic.
Yes. Can we play the classic first?
Oh, you're asking for an awful
It's on the
lot.
first page. It's called... So that's the classic Price is Right fail horn. Well, can you hit it again, Mombrain? This is the updated HD version. Much higher quality with a little bit of drum fill at the end there. So that's the
So
one.
once more for comparison.
Oh, man. It's so good that if you played it when I was suicide.
There you go. The new one is the one we're going with. Is that it, Mombrain? We did them all?
Yeah.
Spicy, spicy meatball!
Thank you, Mombrain.
You're welcome.
Is that really her saying it?
That is that lady, yeah. It's like a 40-second clip of her singing about it, but then she starts really getting into it. She should get together with Howard Dean, and well, she's dead now. But if she was alive, Howard Dean screaming.
Does
and
anyone
her-
know if Howard Dean is alive?
Howard Dean is alive?
Okay.
Yeah, he's on CNN every once in a while talking about
They
stuff.
could have sold a lot of meatballs.
All right, one more thing before we
The
get
White House.
into news. I have something I wanted to talk about that's related to gaming because it's a pet peeve of mine, and it's really been I've been noticing it, or I've been thinking about it more lately because of a game I'm playing. So I'm going through Control on PS5 right now, the enhanced version, which I'll talk about later. But Control does something that I really appreciate that a lot of other games don't do, and it drives me nuts. So when you're playing a game and the character is like talking to themselves, I can't stand when a character actually out loud talks to themselves, because I mean, real people do that. They'll mutter a couple things, but they won't have whole conversations out loud with themselves.
I don't agree.
You're saying at home you talk out loud to yourself all day long?
Not all day long.
So what this would be the example.
Parts of the day when I'm awake.
If this would be the example, let's say you got some chores to do. Instead of thinking it in your head, you would say in real life out loud, well, I got to go to the supermarket, and then I got to change my tires, and then I got some laundry to do, so I should go over and get the supermarket stuff done first. You say all that out loud.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons I like having a dog, because I can just blame it on talking to the dog.
Well, then I guess my whole point doesn't make any sense, because I'm like, yes, I say a couple things out loud to myself when I'm like frustrated, I'll be like, oh man, I got to do this or something like that. But I won't say every little thing out loud. And I don't like in games when characters do that, because I'm like, people don't really speak out loud this much to themselves.
Except for me.
But I guess I'm wrong, because the lady in Control, they make a point to not do that. She talks to herself, but they make it very clear that she's speaking to herself in her head. You know, the voice inside your head that you hear all the time, that you know, mull things over, say things with.
Are you Randy Orton?
I really like in Control, they do that, because I just can't stand when characters speak to themselves all the time, not in their head.
Clear that it's in her head.
What?
How do they make it clear that it's in her head?
Well, they zoom in on her face and her lips aren't moving and you hear her voice. So,
during gameplay, it's like in cutscenes and stuff?
No, it's in gameplay too. You will see very clearly that she is not moving her lips and she is talking to herself.
Yeah, isn't she talking to like something that lives, that's like living inside of her head?
Well, she also has that kind of, but she'll just say things to herself. Like when she's talking to the thing in her head, like you'll see that like shiny, like glittery rim around the screen because it's responding. But yeah, other times she's just talking to herself and you can see that her lips aren't moving. But there's plenty of games where the character is talking to themselves and you see their lips moving and nobody else is around. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. People don't do this often, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
What about how do you feel? Sorry, Nikki, go ahead.
Go ahead.
RMC, how do you feel about like Uncharted, when Nathan Drake, finds something and he's like, all right, Sir Francis, where'd you go to this time? Or, oh, gotta hit that switch over there, mate.
Yeah,
like when they say those, you don't like those?
I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
Do you not like those mainly because you don't want any? I mean, we know this about you. You don't want anyone telling you how to beat the game. You don't like tutorials. You don't want, the hand holding. So do you see that as a form of hand holding, or is it something?
No, I just see it as something that takes me out of the experience, because where's your inner monologue? You're not going to, I really don't think you speak out loud that much to yourself. But like I said, maybe I'm wrong.
I talk out loud to myself a lot.
I mean, I'm with you most of the day, Mom Brain, and you don't do that. Every once in a while you'll do it, but you're not having whole conversations with yourself.
No. I don't have whole conversations. It's more like executive functioning kinds of stuff. Like, oh, I have to go get blah, blah, blah. Or it's not like, gee, I wonder what da-da-da-da-da is thinking or doing. It's more like organizational. And wearing masks, I talk to myself like a lot in public now, like at the grocery store. Today I walked into the dollar store and there was like a line from like the cash register, like all the way to the back of the store. And I just went, oh my. And then I turned around and walked out.
Well, I mean, that's like a level of frustration though. And I can understand voicing that outwardly, but being like I said, like Du was saying, like, I gotta go flip this switch over here. Like you're not going to say that out loud.
I just went to the grocery store. I made a list. And as I was going around getting stuff, I looked at stuff and be like, and I would say out loud, I don't really need that.
Yeah, I do that.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Those are little like side quips. I get that.
But when you string enough side quips together, I'm having a complete conversation with myself in the grocery store while people are like walking past me. There's other times when I'll walk out of my house and I'll forget something. I'll be like, oh man, I forgot that. I gotta go back inside, and I'll look and like, oh, my
He's
neighbor's
heading
outside.
towards certain death.
Me talk to myself. I don't know.
Yeah, but like when you're in the supermarket, and your example, I think is good for things that people would say out loud to themselves. But when you're in the supermarket, you wouldn't be like, well, I really like oranges, but maybe I'll get some apples today because the apples are on sale. You don't talk for that long, Nikki. No.
I do. I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh, you know what? Well, if I'm going to get this, I'm going to return this.
I don't believe you. You don't say that. You don't say that out loud.
I did. I am maybe, I don't know, a few syllables short of talking to myself where like I'm a few dialogue bubbles short of being a crazy person on the subway or something. Like, I'm there.
All right, if you say you do it, well then maybe it's only taking me out of the experience, and people talk more to themselves than I thought they did.
Like, if you were out and I was talking to myself, would that take you out of the experience? If like we were out together and I was talking to myself?
I mean, if there's people you know around you and you're saying stuff, I would imagine you're saying it because you were expecting the rest of us to hear as well.
No, you're just happening to hear what I'm thinking.
So most of the time when you're talking to us, you're really just talking to yourself?
There's a saying for it, Raw Meat. I'm just thinking out loud. So just shut up.
It's a pretty tame video game grudge, or what's the word you were using? I don't know why it's the
pet peeve, gripe.
Pet peeve. Thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty tame one because like mine would be like dead bodies that disappear, and it's like, what the heck? That takes you out of the experience. Some guy saying to himself like, oh, maybe I should check over here, or that doesn't take me out as much. But you're kind of right though. It's like, why don't they just save time on animating the mouth and keep the mouth closed and just have the voiceover?
Yeah.
And he's thinking it.
Add a little reverb to the voice and that's it. Then I get that it's supposed to be in his head.
I think they just forgot to animate her. They didn't have the time to do it. And they didn't. And now you're just singing their praises.
Oh, that is not true because I've sung the praises of the animation in this game. The facial animation is really good. And Nikki Hill, there's a saying for that phrase because people need to explain it because it's weird when it happens. If it was normal, you wouldn't need the phrase to explain it. Be like, what's this crazy guy doing? And you're like, oh, I'm just thinking out loud. That's why you say it, because it's not normal or it's not frequent enough.
I don't think it's not that it's not normal. It's just like saying, you don't need to respond because I'm just talking to myself. Like, I'm not talking to you. I wasn't talking to you.
The other person thinks you are because it's an unusual situation. Everybody talks out loud to themselves. I'm just saying in games, I feel like characters say way too much out loud to themselves. And I really appreciate what they do in Control because I understand she's thinking it in her head and it makes a lot more sense to me. And if I hear somebody like narrating their own adventure, it takes me out of the story because I'm like, oh my God, shut up. Can't you either not say anything or just think this? Why do we need to hear you voice everything? But clearly there's some wiggle room in there. People don't, I guess some people talk more out loud to themselves than others. I can't ever picture hearing you talk out loud to yourself, Nikki Hill, where I'm like, what is this guy doing? Okay.
Makes me think of this time long ago. I was on the subway and there was this guy standing up and he was rapping. He had this Walkman on. Yeah, Walkman, and with headphones, and he was rapping like really loud. And I thought, oh, he's probably like real into whatever song he's listening to on that Walkman. And then I looked closer and the part where the batteries were supposed to be for the Walkman, like the little latch was broken and there were no batteries in it.
Wow. That's great. Maybe he just didn't want to appear crazy, so he put that on to make people think he was listening to something, but you dug a little deeper.
It worked until I found out that there were no batteries. Then he looked even crazy.
Nikki Hill, can you talk for a second, please?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you're good. All right, well, thanks for...
I thought that would be a different story from Do. I mean, that relates much better than the story I was thinking about. the story where you were like whispering to me about somebody else on the subway.
I don't think we need to talk about this on the podcast.
No, I won't go into details, but that's like one of my favorite subway moments. It's so good.
Subways are great for interesting moments. It's true. All right. Well, I talked about it. We had an interesting conversation. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for your input, everybody. Mom Brain.
Yes.
No news yet.
Oh, never mind, Mom Brain. There's no news yet.
I wanted to ask you, and Mom Brain, have you tried the Nestle pinwheels?
No.
So you're just saying no good because they're not Malamars.
I'm not really willing to try them. I'm going to be honest.
You're not willing to try them?
I'm not. There's a lot of things that I'm willing to try. I generally don't just straight up refuse anything. But I just feel like a Malamar is so iconic that a Pinwheel feels
like a knockoff.
Yeah.
Well, Malamars, I guess, were originally made in New Jersey.
Right.
And now they're made in like Toronto or something. Pinwheels are made in Toronto. The difference is that the pinwheels are much bigger. And the wafer, the cookie on the bottom is actually chocolate, not whatever the other Malamars.
You are really upsetting Mom Brain. She's shaking her head no, doing the cut the throat
Look,
mark.
I appreciate that they changed a little something so that they're not a direct knockoff. But it's just...
She's offended.
Are they milk chocolate or dark?
I don't remember. I ate them all. I think they're dark chocolate.
All right. Well, that's a plus.
You ate them all, yet you don't remember.
How can I be expected to remember something that I ate all of?
Yeah, right.
They're delicious, is all I know. And I don't know if they're seasonal. Like maybe they're an option that's out all the time.
Don't start this goddamn seasonal talk again.
But yeah, no, I just
Hi,
I
Koopa
thought they
Kid.
were very good. They were big.
Koopa-
And you know, like one of my qualms with Malamars is sometimes like you bite into it and that chocolate shell kind of crumbles and then you got pieces of chocolate that are falling off. This happens with this too. So like with a Malamar, I could put the whole thing in my mouth because it's small enough. This one is a big cookie. I still got it in there, but
I made it happen. I persisted and I ate it. Well, yeah, I'm willing to try them. I'm sorry, Koopa Kid. I tried to get Mom Brain to do a beep beep, but she's typing some story to somebody. I don't know what's going on over there.
No, I just...
You're doing a lot of typing.
I didn't see the beep beep. Sorry.
Who you typing to?
I wasn't typing to anybody.
Mom Brain, you were typing.
Mom
Beep
Brain,
beep.
she said it because of my stance on Pinwheels. She's done with me.
Yep, I think that's it.
That's it.
Hello, Shillelagh. All right, now can we go to news, please, Mom Brain?
No. Oh wait, yes.
Is that what I sound like?
Yes, I believe you're right, Steister. Typing to a secret lover.
Yep,
What
absolutely.
were you typing, Mom
Because
Brain?
I have time for a secret lover.
Mom Brain, what were you typing?
I was typing lesson plans.
Well. Yep, you're right, Giant Reggie. Typing her GoNintendo podcast resignation.
I just remembered something that I needed to add for next week, so I put it in now while I was thinking of it.
Mm-hmm. Big announcement this week. We got confirmation of something that we expected and was rumored, but it's always nice to have it be official.
Is it Viennetta related?
And it's not. Crash Bandicoot 4 was announced for this Switch. Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot 4 came out on, I don't know, PS4 and I don't know what else it came out on. But it came out a few months ago and people were like, I want it on Switch. And now it's coming to Switch. So
Wait, what were people like?
I want it on Switch. So
I'd
Crash
like to, be the first to say it's about time.
Oh, this guy's good. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is coming to the Switch. It's due out March 12th, 2021, so we don't have to wait long at all, which is fantastic news. I played Crash Bandicoot 4 on the PlayStation 4. I talked about my experience with the game. I did enjoy it. I had a couple issues with it, but I thought it was a nice return for Crash in classic style. And Activision, I believe, has learned... I'm going to get myself in trouble. Activision has learned what PlayStation fans are like when it comes to classic franchises. Because when Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy,
N with an N.
Yes, came out on PS4 and Xbox One, but specifically talking about PS4 here. When it came out, it sold ridiculously well. That was a compilation of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games, and people were very nostalgic for them when it came to PlayStation, so it sold really well. And Activision was like, wow, look at how good this is selling. Good thing we're making a new installment. And they put out Crash Bandicoot 4, and while it hasn't sold poorly, it hasn't sold anywhere near as well as the original trilogy, because people don't really care. They care about the original trilogy because they played it when they were a kid, but they have no attachment to anything else Crash right now. So they're not willing to give the new one a shot, which is a real shame. But over on the Switch side of things, first off, fans or Switch owners are much more into platformers in general or platforming games. So Crash Bandicoot, I'm sure we'll get more attention on the Switch, which is also one of the reasons why I would imagine Activision is bringing it over. Obviously, they had these plans a long time ago, but they know there's going to be a sizable base for the game on Switch, and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy did well on the Switch. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Switch version of Crash Bandicoot 4 become the best-selling version. Obviously, we're going to have to wait a year or so to find out what really happens there. But I didn't expect Crash Bandicoot 4 to sell phenomenally well on PS4, but I was shocked at how low it debuted when it came out. And I just find it very sad that people are like, yeah, we love the original trilogy. And they're like, yeah, we do too. Here it is. And now here's a brand new one in classic style. And everybody's like, nah, I'm good. So we'll see what happens on Switch. It's been disappointing for other platforms.
That reminds me that I was at Target today, and they have like the vestibule in the front. So there's like 2 sets of sliding doors. So in between those 2 sets is a sign so that like people don't come in if it's not necessary, that says like, at this time we have limited or no quantities of these things. And it was PlayStations and Xboxes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They had them in store. Wow.
No, well, I think it was that they had none.
Well, limited quantities means they had some.
Well, I think some were limited and some were none. Or one was
either
limited.
that, or maybe they were just they were getting a lot of people just walking in and asking about them.
Yeah.
And they were just like, you know what? Stop walking in.
Right.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, I'd still walk in and be like, excuse me, do you have a PS5? And they'd be like, no, there's a sign out there. I was like, yeah, but I just wanted to check.
Yep.
Yeah, can you go in the back?
Conan Giga says, took longer than expected, but I guess all the downgrading was pretty time consuming. # sick and tired of Switch slow specs. Conan Giga is very upset. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, because the game is 1080p, 30 frames per second docked, and 720p, 30 frames per second handheld, which is as high as you can go on Switch. So I don't know, but that's your comment. That's the internet for you. Pokemon Company has announced that the Pokemon World Championships for 2021 have been canceled due to the pandemic. They want to make sure everybody stays safe. They say 2022 plans have been announced, and they are going to take place in London. So 2021 is done. We are not doing any in-person World Championships when it comes to Pokemon. Better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to gather all those people when they don't have to be gathered physically, and we'll look towards 2022. I would imagine, and I'm not trying to jinx it, but I would imagine by 2022 there should be some better handle on the pandemic, and we should see some more traditional events. Now, whether people are still going to feel safe going to those or whatever, that's a different discussion, but hang in there. We'll see what happens. Also worth noting, if you have a Switch Online account and you live in Europe or North America, you now have the opportunity to play another game for free for a week. What's today? The 13th?
Yes.
It's available now, and it runs until the 16th. If you have a Switch Online account, you can play Overcooked 2 in its entirety. So you don't need anything other than a Switch Online account. You can go to the eShop page for the game, and you get the full game, and you can play the full game from now until February 16th. And then usually what Nintendo does is they offer the full game at a discount afterwards. So if you want to continue playing, you can grab the full game at a discounted price. Or, there it is. You can do the Switch Online version and play start to finish, and that's that. Although Overcooked 2 is more or Overcooked in general as a franchise is more about multiplayer. So I would imagine you'd want to have that game like around for longer than just this 1 week, because you're going to have people playing with you and doing different difficulty settings and all that. So you can try it out now and see if you and your friends or family, whoever, like it, and then maybe move over to the paid version when this free trial is up. But enjoy your free trial while it lasts. Here you go. This is a big story. McDonald's is doing right now a Pokemon trading card game Oh god. Oh, it's about you want about Pokemon?
Yeah, it's the Happy Meals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes the Tweagle.
Well, okay. We don't need it twice. Okay, thank you, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
So I didn't even get to explain the story, and you want me to read the tweet?
Yep. Ooh, Blood
Okay.
Ocean 07 says Tweagle or Twelkin.
The Twelkin.
Today, it could be a Twelkin.
Sebastian on Twitter says, it's Pokemon cards at McDonald's, guys. Jesus. I mean, I haven't told you the story yet, but there's
that was the story. Moving on.
there's your tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Now the story, so that makes sense. The story is McDonald's is doing 25th anniversary
Jesus.
Happy Meal with a Pokemon trading card game reprint stuff in it. And people are losing their minds because Pokemon trading card game stuff in general right now is extremely popular. And people are selling their card collections for hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, depending on what's in the sets. And individual cards can be worth hundreds of thousands on their own. So anything Pokemon trading card right now is really getting a ton of attention. And McDonald's and Pokemon Company teamed up for some Pokemon Happy Meals that are centered around the Pokemon trading card game. So because of the insanity around Pokemon trading card game stuff in general, everybody is bum rushing McDonald's. McDonald's locations have been inundated with people swooping by just to try and get as many of these
Swooping by like a Twelkin?
like a Twelkin, these Pokemon cards or these Pokemon Happy Meals, as many as they can. And of course, that means, kids aren't getting to get the Happy Meals. Locations are running out way, way, way earlier than they expected.
Those kids working 40-hour weeks? Absolutely not.
People behind the scenes at McDonald's are stealing boxes of these Pokemon cards and selling the entire box allotment on eBay.
Kind of reminds me of Willy Wonka. Like people are just going crazy.
And Pokemon Company had to they put out a statement talking about the shortage of stuff in general, and McDonald's apologized for the issue, and they said they're working to rectify it, and they said they need to better tell stores or they need to work better to make sure McDonald's locations are putting limits on how many people can get, because people are like, I'll take 20 McDonald's Happy Meals, please. So they're gonna make sure some stores are doing the limits like they're supposed to. And multiple stores are putting up signage that says we do not have any more, or stock is extremely low, so please leave us alone. But that's not the case. So yeah, if you want this stuff now, chances are you won't be able to find it at McDonald's unless you live in a very rural area.
Jackpot!
So you'll have to go to an auction site or something like that. It's a bit crazy right now.
So
it's interesting because most McDonald's meat is made out of Pokemon.
No.
What Pokemon would make the most delicious?
Well, we know that the chicken nuggets, because they're pink, we know that they're Jigglypuff.
Yes, definitely.
Before they get made,
without a doubt.
Are they made by Charizard, or is the Charizard put to work cooking them?
I believe Charizard works at Burger King because they're flame broiled, so Charizard does that.
Oh yeah, and instead of a Beast Boost, they have Beef Boost.
McDonald's Big Macs now with beef boost. So yeah,
hormone boost.
it's insanity right now. If you're trying to find one, good luck. McDonald's didn't say anything about beef boosting production, so I don't know if they're going to make more than they were expecting to. So it's what's going on right now is exactly what was expected. This is a limited release for a short amount of time. People are going crazy with it, and it's going to shoot the value skywards. So who knows where it's going to end. But if you got one, I would imagine if you went out of your way to get one or two, one is for you to keep and the other is for you to sell. So get ready because it's going to be valuable. Yes, Mombry? You look like you had something to say.
Nope.
So people are bum rushing McDonald's and buying upwards of 20 Happy Meals, at which point, if they actually eat the Happy Meals, their bums will be rushed to the bathroom.
I would imagine. Well, Happy Meals have some healthier options, right? You can get like
apples,
milk and apple slices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the apple slices usually go right in the trash, but yeah.
Except for those few miserable children whose parents tell them they're not allowed to have anything in the Happy Meal until after they eat the apples.
You can't have your Big Mac or whatever. What kind? What?
Get a cheeseburger or nuggets.
Yeah, but what is it called? Is it like a Little Mac?
It's just a burger.
Like,
No.
Punch Out?
No.
It's a double quarter pounder with cheese in the Happy Meal.
Deister makes a point. McDonald's apple pie, though, underrated. And I say...
I don't think it's underrated. You know why? I just heard a stat that is one of their top 5 most requested menu items.
Well, I will reiterate what I have already said on this podcast before, that a McDonald's apple pie and a cup of coffee, not, I stress again, not McDonald's coffee, because that's disgusting, but a McDonald's apple pie and a coffee or like a little espresso, delicious.
Disgusting.
I don't know the last time I had a McDonald's apple pie, but I recently went to that Jollibee that's near me.
Yes.
And I got an ube pie. Ube is like a sweet potato.
It's pronounced eBay, Nikki Hill.
eBay? Like an eBay pie. I spent a fortune. That was delicious. And they also have peach mango pies there. That was really good too. So I guess I need to go back to McDonald's.
That sounds nice.
And get like 40 Happy Meals and see if I can get an apple pie with them.
May the rats eat your eyes!
You were trying to do something. Yeah, so like I said, good luck if you're trying to find them. It's insanity right now. Shillelagh says, I can just picture the lines at McDonald's. Got to eat them all. I'm loving it. And he's got a picture.
I wouldn't have a problem.
All the let's say obese people from an episode of South Park lined up on their segways, their hover rounds, their what was there's another one. Segway, hover round. Come on, Mom Brain.
Some kind of genie? Was there a
genie?
Jazzy,
that's the one I
a
couldn't
rascal. Highly
think of. A
intelligent
rascal,
says.
yes.
Rascal's a terrible name for those.
Get back here, you rascal!
Right? It makes it sound like somebody's like skittering around, trying to get away with something.
Hey, Nikki Hill Steister in the chat says, "Did you know Arby's is short for roast beef?"
Wow!
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me? Did you know that?
Wow! The other wow.
Wow!
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 We also have the
Wow!
Wow, incredible.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, she's going for all the wows. We're getting all of them.
Wow!
Wow!
Oh no, it's missing. Sorry, I thought it was on the same page.
Well,
I'll find it.
yeah.
Keep going.
We need Tom Hanks' brother saying wow.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Well, I mean that's Woody, and I have.
Wonderful!
I have.
Amazing, fantastic, outstanding. Now you are a real
Doesn't
hero.
it say, wow, I'm impressed?
Oh, okay. Are you ready? Here we go.
No, Mom Brain, are you ready
I'm
this
ready.
time?
I'm ready.
You have Smash Brothers announcer, wow, incredible.
Well,
You
now
have
that-
wow,
that I
I'm
can't.
impressed. You have wow guy, and you have me, wow.
The Smash one, I can't.
Mom Brain, either you do all 4 or we move on. Start with the Smash Brothers
Here
one.
we go.
Wow, incredible. Wow, I am impressed.
Wow!
Wow!
That was awesome.
Great job, Mom Brain.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, that's good. I'm proud of you, Mom Brain. All right, well, Mom Brain, it's time for what the hell's going on here?
Whoa!
We also have the whoa, yes. Mom Brain, it's time for the break. Josh, could you take us to the break, please? Nope, that's wrong.
So sorry that happened. There's the soundboard is getting so like full that.
Yeah, I was reading about other options to make it easier for you. We could get it set up on your laptop.
Oh, really? That'd make it nice.
I imagined it, but you got a bigger space to work with.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Okay.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
On Apocrypals, we talk about the parts of the Bible that a lot of people skip over.
Like the wizard battles,
The angel jacuzzis,
a goat full of sins,
500 drunk elephants,
and a man named Porky Party.
And yes, that's all really in there. All this and more on Apocrypals every other week on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
We're the Spirit Hunters, and we're a show that treats Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho's author as the center of the universe. Some weeks we do linguistic analysis.
So the Chinese meaning of this character is to smelt or refine, but so the changed meaning in Japanese it means to temper.
Other times we get absolutely smashed.
So we take one shot every time. Yusuke uses the ray gun.
1 hour later.
This is the least coherent episode. Sarah,
I think your apartment is haunted.
I think you
You can find out more about the Spirit Hunters right here on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Thanks, Mom Bree.
You're so welcome. I was told we also forgot.
Wow. What a hole.
That's true.
That is true.
Well, you got to do it over again. All right. That was really good. Can I get it again? No, not. I mean, can we get yours again, Nikki Hill?
Oh, that was me.
Oh my God, dude! Can we get you again?
No way. That was a one-time thing, man. I'll never be able to do that again.
All right. Moving on. Ben Schwartz has confirmed that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 starts filming soon. We had heard from one of the other people on the film that it was going to start filming. So this is a confirmation, but we have something more important. People have been wondering if he's going to be the new voice of Sonic going forward. And according to Mr. Schwartz, he has not been approached about voicing Sonic outside of the film. He says in an interview with, I don't know, comicbook.com, he says, quote, "Let's all, for a second, before we even say that, Roger Craig Smith is an absolute legend. Like his voiceover work, Sonic being one of them, but his career is unbelievable for a voiceover artist. He is so talented. I haven't thought about it. I haven't really thought about it. The first time that it's ever come up was because Roger seems to be stepping away. So the first time ever, people are asking me. I wonder, nobody's asked me. Between you and I haven't really answered this question yet, but nobody's come up to me and said anything. So my assumption is that, who knows? But I wonder. I love the world of Sonic. I love the fan base. The fan base has been so supportive and so lovely. So I don't know. I wonder what would happen. But as of now, nobody's had a conversation with me about any of that. But I do just want to say that, like, of course,
meow.
That whole, Jaleel, Ryan, all those guys are incredible. But it was incredible to be a part of the legacy and then hear that Roger is stepping down just to say again how amazing he was. Great respect to Mr. Schwartz for name dropping Jaleel White in there. He knows his Sonic history.
That was pretty good. I like how he just said his first name too, so it's almost like there's like a secret society of Sonic voices who hang out.
They're best friends, I hear. Ben Schwartz and Jaleel White are best friends.
I thought he was going to go through Jaleel, Reginald, Reginald BJ, we call him. And,
Reginald BJ. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously you could say that Ben is lying here and keeping everything under wraps, which actors certainly do. But I feel he went out of his way to make it clear that he hasn't been asked about it. So maybe they're getting somebody else. I don't know if it's going to be a known voice actor or somebody brand new. Who the hell knows? But we're going to hear something soon, I would imagine. Knockside says, that's good. While I appreciate how they listen to the fans regarding the redesign, I don't want them thinking that people want the games to imitate the movies. The film overall was meh to bad. I'll go with meh. I don't think it was bad. Nikki Hill, would you say it was bad?
Sorry, what are you talking about? Thinking the movie?
Yeah.
No,
You're too slow.
For like it's a kid's film, right? It's not looking to, it's not for us necessarily. So it was a fun, entertaining film.
So are you saying if it wasn't a film for kids, it would be bad?
No, I'm saying I wasn't expecting like a whole lot out of it. I think it was a lot better than what I was expecting.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I think the character model played a huge role in that. Like once they changed the art design or whatever for Sonic, it became something to take seriously. Well, not like seriously, but like it wasn't just,
No, you were right. Sonic the Hedgehog is a very serious film.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just thinking about that recently too. Like, it's pretty, I think they handled things well, considering, like, he's uses his portal rings and he's living in some hole. Exactly
all the things you
how
want
I
from
picture
Sonic.
would be, IRL.
Listen, if we're doing a Sonic movie, we got to get two things right. He's got to use the rings and he's got to live in a hole. All the Sonic fans know Sonic lives in a hole. Yeah.
Hedgehogs live in holes, right?
Hedgehog hole. Yeah, it was much better than I expected it to be. Wow.
What a hole.
I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10 or something like that. I was not offended by it in any way, shape, or form, and it came out being better than I anticipated. So maybe the sequel will be better still. It was obviously a hit for all parties involved. The sequel's coming out, I believe, April 2022. So yeah. Surprisingly, towards the upper end of the game to movie adaptations. I still say Mortal Kombat is the best adaptation, but we have the new Mortal Kombat adaptation coming to HBO Max. It might be March, I think, comes out March. So that's I want to make it clear that the Mortal Kombat movie is not like a direct to video release. It's just Warner Brothers, their entire slate of films for this year are also launching on HBO Max the same day that they'll be in theaters. So Mortal Kombat, I don't know what we haven't seen like a full length. Have we? No, we haven't seen a full length trailer for Mortal Kombat yet. We've seen stills from the movie and we've seen little snippets and commercials for HBO Max. But it is R-rated, so that's, I think, something that's important.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, Mortal Kombat, the original movie, I think did an excellent job of capturing what Mortal Kombat was all about, even though it was rated PG-13. Obviously, you want the blood and guts and gore in there, but I think they still did a good job of capturing the spirit of Mortal Kombat. So we'll see how that turns out. But you can watch that from the comfort of your own home.
Yes.
Ubisoft talked about how they're doing well on the Switch. Ubisoft shared their most recent quarterly financial information, and they trumpeted the fact that they are the top third party on the Switch, and they've had success with a number of different games, including the recently released Immortals Phoenix Rising. So that's doing well for them. Switch is the #1 platform for that game. So I believe it's doing decently on other systems as well, but Switch is #1. And then they have long tail sellers that are doing well, like all of the Just Dance franchise, and Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle still continues to sell well. And then they have various Assassin's Creed games on the Switch, blah, blah, blah. Their Switch output has been paying off for them. Ubisoft says, we're also reaping the benefits of the Switch's huge success and our position as leading third-party publisher on the platform, thanks to, among others, Just Dance, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, blah, blah, blah. The depth and breadth of our catalog, which goes beyond the brands mentioned, provides us with ever greater visibility and continues to be a strong driver of profitability. There you go. Ubisoft's having a good time with the Switch. Pajab says, I purchased Starlink and Mario plus Rabbids, would purchase Watch Dogs, Zombie U, and Rabbids Go Home in a heartbeat. There you go, Ubisoft. If you're listening, there's some requests for other franchises. It would be nice to see Zombie U come to the Switch. I believe Zombie U went to other platforms eventually, PS4 and Xbox One, I think, at some point. What was that?
It did. I played it on the PS4. It was pretty good.
You played Zombie U on the PS4?
I did. It's not called Zombie U, though. It's called, like, Zombie, I think.
And you had a Wii U and you didn't play it there?
No, I didn't.
Weird.
I don't think I finished Zombie U, but I did.
Well, it was free. Like, I think it came up free or something on the PlayStation Network. And that's the only reason why I even gave it a chance.
Because, that was the first game from Ubisoft on Wii U, and they, like, really made like an effort to use the gamepad like a lot in that game, but I didn't play it on other platforms, so I don't know how well it ported over.
Is there any hope of like the Beyond Good and Evil HD remaster to come to the Switch?
I wouldn't say there's not a hope, but I believe their focus is on the new game and the movie right now. Maybe like when we get closer to the launch of those, they'll put something up on the shops. That would make sense to, just raise a little bit more awareness for the brand as they lead into the new game and the movie. So I Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything. They're not talking about it, but I wouldn't say it's outside of the realm of possibility. I mean, you have it now. You're playing it.
I'm just saying. Hey, man, I'm just saying. It'd be cool to have it handheld.
Yeah, I'll take Beyond
game.
Good and Evil anywhere. I agree. But how much time did you put into that version?
What do you mean, the HD version?
I mean, like, as in last night, you got it.
Oh, I didn't play it at all.
Oh, okay.
Dude, wait for the segment where he talks about what he played, okay?
sorry. Can I get a drum roll, please, Mom Brain?
Since you ask nicely.
Minecraft Dungeons has hit 10 million players. Minecraft Dungeons released a few months ago for the Switch, and Mojang, the developer behind Minecraft, has announced that the game hit 10 million players worldwide. That's across all platforms combined, but obviously a very great number of players. Now, they said 10 million players, and you can have 4 players in a game, so that doesn't necessarily mean they sold 10 million copies, but they sold multi-millions. We just don't know how many exactly. But yeah, a very successful spinoff for the Minecraft franchise. They also shared some new details on those players. They said the Arch Illager has been defeated 5.9 million times, and players spent a combined total of 1,141 years in camp. So in the game, your camp is where you upgrade your character and buy weapons and crap like that. So people spent a long time there. And they also say that the Redstone monstrosity has been beaten 7 million times out of 19 million attempts. So not every attempt was a successful one. But there you go. You can get that on Switch right now. It's a fun dungeon crawler. Nikki Hill and Dew Michaels and myself have all played it, and we've talked about it before. We liked it. Great music. An interesting twist on Minecraft. It's good. Like it's a dungeon crawler with some unique twists in it, but it's a lot of fun.
Definitely helped. Sorry, I just wanted to make a quick point. It definitely helped me get over my stigma of Minecraft's graphics too, because I was so off put by Minecraft's graphics, and for some reason, Minecraft Dungeons is a strangely beautiful game.
Duke, how are you holding your phone? You sound a little muffled. Or you're on your headset.
I'm wearing my wireless earbuds.
They said, right? They sound more muffled than usual, Mombre?
Maybe a little. I'm not as sensitive as you are.
You know why? I'm sorry. I'm usually using the wired earbuds. I don't know why I'm using wireless today. Of course I have it.
No big deal. I wanted to make sure we didn't get disconnected from you.
Do you need me to restart from the beginning?
I mean, you sound good right now. You sound great. God damn it, you said something about this Minecraft's graphics. I mean, the graphics in Minecraft Dungeons are pretty much exactly the same as regular Minecraft, just from a different viewpoint. I'm surprised. Well, I'm equal parts surprised and not surprised that you don't find the visuals in Minecraft attractive, because I think Minecraft does a great job of showing some really beautiful vistas when you play. Like up close, obviously they do chunky textures on stuff on purpose, but when you see valleys and mountains and sunsets and starry skies and jungles and chasms and whatever, or chasms as Lube would say, I think they're really nice looking. I really think you would like Minecraft in general. I just don't know if you'll ever play it.
Were you talking to me? Because when I switched headphones, I got disconnected from the call.
Yes, I was talking to you.
I'm back now, and yeah, I don't think I'll ever. I think you're right. I don't think I'll ever play Minecraft. But I stand by what I said about Minecraft Dungeons being good looking, despite what I previously thought of the graphics.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the graphics between the two games are exactly the same, just from a different perspective. Which is why I find it interesting that you like the look of one and not the other.
Maybe you're just too close. Like when you're playing Minecraft, it's first person, so you're too close to the ugliness. Whereas
that's what I said when you were disconnected. I said when you are playing Minecraft, when you're up close to blocks, they have the low res textures on purpose for that style. But when you are seeing the landscapes of Minecraft, I think they're really beautiful. There's some really beautiful landscapes in that game. But yeah, up close. I mean, up close, I still think it looks really cool. But I get someone who says up close they think it looks bad. But obviously, like, people don't care because the game sold 100 million copies by this point, 110 million. So, anyway, Akmaguin says, I wonder how many of those 10 million played it through Game Pass. I mean, I wouldn't buy this game, but if I had Game Pass, I'd likely play it one weekend with my son. Yeah, Game Pass, once again, that's another great discussion to have. I'm sure a decent amount of people played it through Game Pass. I wouldn't find it surprising if 1 million or 1 million plus played it through Game Pass. So those don't count as sales either, but they do count towards the total player base.
Were you talking about regular Minecraft sales just now?
Nope. Oh, I did mention very quickly it's over 100 million.
Yeah, I think I just looked it up because I was curious to know where 10 million stood in relation, like Minecraft Dungeons stood in relation to regular Minecraft, and I already forgot what it said, but I think it said 126 million.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, for a spin-off, it makes perfect sense because Minecraft Dungeons literally removes the thing that you do in Minecraft. There's no crafting. Like you don't dig and build and all that stuff. Yeah, there's no mining either. You just walk, or it just looks like Minecraft. So you're losing the mining and the crafting, but it looks like Minecraft. We had some trademarks pop up this week, and as we always say, trademarks don't necessarily mean anything. Sometimes they can be an indicator of things to come. Sometimes it's just Nintendo protecting their IP. You never know. But because of that never knowing, it means something could happen. So we wanted to tell you that trademarks for refreshed trademarks for multiple Zelda games have recently come up. And as you are probably aware, the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda is later this month. I believe it's February 22nd. And these refreshed trademarks are for The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, and Skyward Sword. Those are the ones that we've caught so far. There may be more coming. I don't know. And people have been wondering, is Nintendo going to do something for Zelda's 35th anniversary? You would imagine, yes, they did it for Mario, and Zelda literally just had its best-selling Zelda game of all time. So there would be a good reason to cash in on that for fans who are new, or for fans in general, and newcomers to the Zelda franchise who only jumped in on Breath of the Wild. Put out a compilation on Switch. It'll sell a few million units. Why not? We don't know if Nintendo's doing that. They haven't said anything. I would imagine it's a very safe bet that they are doing some sort of celebration for Zelda's 35th anniversary. I don't think that's any question, really. We just don't know what. Will they do a compilation of classic games? Maybe. These trademarks could point to that, or they could just be refreshing these trademarks in for applications not related to games, like clothing or something like that. We'll find out. But yeah, I would say in general, I wouldn't worry too much about there being something Legend of Zelda related for the 35th anniversary. Totodile says, I still remember. Oh, dude, this is what you were talking about. Totodile says, I still remember that puzzle where you had to close the DS to transfer the mirror image from the top to the bottom screen in Phantom Hourglass. So good.
Yeah. Seriously, so good.
Dude was just talking about that last night or the night before. We were having this discussion. So yeah, it's exciting because we know that new Zelda is on the way. We're getting Breath of the Wild 2. We haven't seen anything since that initial reveal trailer, so it's got to be someday soon now. We'll get another trailer or some sort of details. Everybody's heard the rumor that that game is going to be coming out sooner than we expect, which would be lovely. And you think with the base of the game being Breath of the Wild, that could be possible as well. And releasing Breath of the Wild 2 for the 35th anniversary of Zelda would be awesome. But to play devil's advocate, the original Breath of the Wild is still in the top 10 software worldwide. We see it in North America. We see it in Europe. We see it in Japan. It's still selling phenomenally well. So the question is, would Nintendo say, we have the best-selling Zelda of all time, let's cannibalize the sales by releasing the sequel? I don't know. If they're not going to drop the price, maybe they'll do a surprise player's choice version that'll have a lower price. But I don't know. They're going to analyze the market, obviously. And obviously the game is trending downwards in terms of sales because it's been almost 4 years now, but it's still in the top 10. They have to look at the numbers and say, like, well, how much more can we get out of this realistically, where it's worth our investment rather than bringing out a new title now? There's a whole bunch of questions that I am not qualified to answer in any way, shape, or form. But we'll see.
I heard they're going to re-release Link's crossbow training using the Ring Fit.
Oh man, that'd be really cool.
But it's not crossbow; it's just
ring bow.
I guess it would be Link's longbow.
That'd be a cool idea. Using the ring con as your to like pull back on the bow.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea, Nikki Hill.
Squat.
What?
You can squat and lunge and stuff with the other one.
Zelda's squatting train. We have the next update.
Just to clarify, it wasn't my idea. I heard it.
Oh, okay. From Do, probably.
Yeah, I looked it up on Google.
Nice.
We have the details on the next NES/Super Nintendo collection update. So again, if you have Switch Online, you have access to basically a Netflix style lineup of NES and Super Nintendo games, and those are updated every month. And we have what's coming out on February 17th. When it comes to the NES, Fire and Ice is coming, which is the magical flame fighting puzzler that lets you create cool puzzles of your own. I have heard this is one of the best puzzle games on the NES, and I've never played it, and the trailer makes it look really cool. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. Just the one NES game this time, but we have 3 Super Nintendo games. We have Doomsday Warrior, an action game in which you are alone, in which you alone stand against a powerful Doom Squad and their quest for domination. And then also on Super Nintendo, we have Prehistoric Man, a colorful action game that tasks you with saving your village from hungry dinosaurs. Most interesting, we're also getting Psycho Dream, which is a Super Famicom game that never released outside of Japan. Psycho Dream is a reality-bending action platformer that sends you to a virtual fantasy game to rescue a missing person. And really, oddly enough, I knew nothing about this game until last week. I saw somebody on YouTube, GameSack is the YouTube channel. They did a video. GameSack has a video series about games that never left Japan. And in the most recent installment of that series, they showed off Psycho Dream. And they were like, Psycho Dream is one of those games that never got localized, but it should have been, because it's a really unique idea and a very interesting game. And here we are a week later, it's making its debut outside of Japan on February 17th. So I'm super excited for that, because the game looked very strange, but in a good way. It's a platformer, but it's just the whole idea behind it and the visuals and everything. It looks pretty freaky, but I like it. So there's your lineup for your NES and Super Nintendo games. Let's see what you guys have to say. Probably not happy. Mr. Coy says, never heard of any of these. Why were there so many caveman games in the early 90s? There were a lot of caveman games.
It was a long time ago.
Including Caveman Games, which was an NES game.
Because Encino Man was such a hit.
Yep, that's right. And those invention commercials with the caveman.
And the
you know what I'm talking about, Kirby.
Yeah, but like all those the video games in the 90s, that precedes the commercial though.
When did the commercials start happening?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the Geico commercials.
No. I'm talking about like the patent commercials where they had it was a series of commercials where a caveman had like an invention for the wheel, and it was all about how he needed to get it patented. Does nobody else know these commercials?
Wasn't that Geico?
No.
Yeah,
Does Geico patent ideas, my brain? I gotta look it up.
Well, we're just thinking Geico because of the caveman thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Caveman patent commercial. Yeah, it auto-filled. There's a million of them. Yeah, look at all this. Invent Help. You know, I probably saw these commercials and you guys didn't, because I watch game shows all the time.
Yep.
I vividly remember these. But anyway, yes, cavemans were real hot in the 90s. Everybody loved them.
Did you say cavemans were real
Cavemans.
hot?
Yeah, I said that on
Yeah,
purpose.
I heard it, and it was awesome.
I said that on purpose. I'm sorry. Cavemen were real hot. Is that better?
Wow!
All right, moving on. We have a rumor that's not really a rumor. It's just hasn't been officially announced yet. Star Wars Republic Commando, which was on the original Xbox, is apparently being revived and being brought over to the Switch. It's being handled by Aspire, who did previous old Star Wars games and brought them to the Switch. So story checks out. We found out this information from data miners who are seeing like what files are uploaded to Nintendo's server, and they saw a file from Aspire that was called Star Wars Republic Commando, and it even had a new updated icon that'll appear on your Switch menu. So it's a done deal. This game originally launched for Xbox and PC all the way back in 2005 and was quite highly praised. And we never saw anything of it again, as I don't think there was this. Maybe there was a sequel. I don't remember. But people loved the original. And it seems it's getting a re-release on the Switch. Giant Reggie says, so playing Republic Commando while in public and going commando can now be a thing. That's very true. I won't say that you're not going to get in trouble. You'll probably get in trouble, but yes, you could do that. There's some... So the Switch has sold 80 million plus units. And there's plenty of people like us on this podcast who know how to set up the Switch. But then there's going to be people who don't know. Maybe it's their first system ever, or maybe they haven't purchased a system in a long time. And obviously, if you played games on the NES, you just put the cartridge in and that was it. But if you're playing on the Switch, there's connecting online and parental controls and downloading games versus game cards. And there may be some things you don't understand. Well, Nintendo is here to help with a brand new free service. It's called the Nintendo Switch Concierge. So what you do is you go to this special website that Nintendo has set up, and you set up a virtual one-on-one video phone call with someone at Nintendo. You make an appointment or you book an appointment, and they will call you and they'll guide you through whatever you need help with on a Switch. Basic setup, questions about the Joy-Cons, how to find games, how to get on the eShop. Whatever it needs or whatever you need, they will do it for you. And it is all free. So you can chat the day away with Nintendo for as long as you like.
There's some very lonely people quarantining who are like, yep, sign me up.
It's a pretty cool idea. I like that they're doing this. It always helps rather than like trying to research an answer online or even just over a call with audio. It helps that you have a video thing. So they could potentially show you with their own Switch where to go and what to do and what it should look like. So if you need that help or you know somebody that needs that help, they can jump on this service and try it out for free. Shillelagh says, well, la di freaking da. Sounds rather posh. Can't help but think of, what's his name? Oh, God. I forget the guy's name. Just go to the post and look at the GIF. I can't remember.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's an internet personality. I can't remember his name. Jim, some.
Anastasia Beaverhausen has a great idea. You should book one of the consultants to come to the podcast.
Oh my God.
Can it be the same one where Anastasia Beaverhausen brings the new Zoom date around?
This is a Switch Concierge date. Yep.
Yes.
It'll be a double virtual date.
I love it.
I love it. North America, what do we got this week? Let me tell you. We got Azure Lane Crosswave, Fallen Legion Revenants, Galgun Returns, Little Nightmares 2, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Number 1 Crossroads, #Drive, Aground, Arcade Archives Ninja Kazan, Asterix and Obelix XXL3, Binary Star Infinity, Brutal Rage, Escape First 2, Final Sword Definitive Edition, Half Past Fate Romantic Distancing, Halloween Forever, Healer's Quest, Joker Poker, Negative The Way of the Shinobi, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 Diplomacy and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle, Speedway Bundle Stock and Truck, Steamroll, Summer Catchers, The Flower Collectors, Tri-6 Infinite, Ultra Goodness 2, and Undermine. There's your North American releases. First comment comes from Akmaguins and says, looking forward to seeing another great Wii U game get sales and recognition it deserves on a Switch. Yes, here. I agree with that. Mr. Grobot, could you please introduce the one and only Nikki Hill?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nikki's sweet releases.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Such a sweet boy. You're Europe. What'd you get this week?
Shut up. I don't care.
That's interesting. The guy introduces me and then shuts me down. I still appreciate you, Josh.
I'm the star of the show.
Got that right.
And we're all living in your shadow.
Yep.
So Europe, Galgun returns. Little Nightmares 2. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14? Diplomacy Strategy Expansion Pack. Bundle. Expansion Pack Bundle. It's all the same thing. Super Mario Third World and Bowser's Fury.
Super Mario Third World? That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Isn't that the one with...
Careful.
Yeah, never mind.
I don't know where you're going. Let's stop it there.
No, Flood. With Flood, you're just bringing water to third world countries, right? You're helping.
Next game.
Number Snuka Attack.
Jesus Christ.
What? A ground, whatever. Choices that matter. And their heroes were lost. Half Past Fate. Romantic. Yeah, it is.
Jesus, what is going on, man?
Well, I'm confusing in my head romantic distancing. I was romantic distancing.
I don't know what's going on.
But
DD mega doo doo.
I mean, that also reminds me romantic distancing. So that's like Anastasia Beaverhausen's Zoom date, right?
Yes, correct.
Healer's Quest. Hero U. Rogue to Redemption. It sounds like a game that should have come out last generation. Hexagon Defense. Negative. The Way of Shinobi. Speedway Bundle Stock and Truck. Stealth. Steamroll. Summer Catchers. The Flower Collectors. Tri-6 Infinite. Ultra Goodness 2. Undermine.
There you go.
Yeah. And if you want, you can pre-order Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Shillelagh says, you wait so long for a retail release, then along come 4 all at once. It's bad timing for the 3 going up against Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I'd like to see Little Nightmares 2 do well. It's significantly cheaper than Super Mario 3D World at £30 or €30. I'm sorry. So that should help it. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, but people are probably going to buy Galgun Returns, right? Instead of Little Nightmares.
Physically, I would imagine people would be too embarrassed to buy that physically unless they're buying it through an online retailer.
All right.
Okay. Did you have another point in picking that game or no?
No, I wasn't even thinking physically. You're right. Switch retail.
He was saying there's 4 games that are getting physical releases this week. Super Mario 3D World, Little Nightmares 2, Galgun Returns or Gun Gal Returns, whatever it is. And then 4th, I don't remember.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 Diplomacy and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle.
Now, dude, Michaels, you're a fan of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, correct?
I played 1. I played Romance of the Three Kingdoms 7 on PlayStation 2, and I really liked it.
Well, I was around for that one. I'm glad to get there.
A big moment in your friendship, apparently.
Wait, you saw me playing that game?
Yeah, it was at your parents' house, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. I went to paint for a while, and you were playing that.
Wait, what? Paint for a while, did you say?
I went to hang out at your house.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what we did that day. Probably,
Hey, Nikki Hill,
Spicy meatball!
Nikki Hill, why don't you come over to my house? I'm going to play some Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and you could paint my room for me.
That's not how it happened.
It was a good memory.
All right, moving on. Pokemon Company has announced a virtual concert, and it's going to feature a performance by Post Malone.
Wow.
We already know they're working with Katy Perry to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, but now they're also working with Post Malone as part of the P25 music celebration.
P as in post?
Penis. I was thinking Pokemon since it's
Wow.
Pokemon 25. Wow, incredible.
What were you Oh, no, never mind.
Excellent. Going to share with the group or no?
Nope, definitely not.
Post. No, I'm trying to make a connection between Post and Pokemon. Post Malone and
Post
Pokemon.
Mabone.
Postagon Malonecanon. I don't know.
Gotta catch them all.
Yep. P25 Music is a collaboration with some of music's biggest names to create new song styles and pop culture moments, all through the lens of Pokemon. Pop icon Katy Perry was announced last month as the program's premier artist. So we have Katy Perry, we have Post Malone. Is there going to be another? Those are two major music acts. Regardless of how you feel about their music, they are very popular.
I wonder how Post Malone feels about not being the premier musician, playing a second place to Katy Perry.
The second trainer. Well, I would imagine.
Is he notorious for being like a jerk like that?
And I believe I only know him to be extremely nice. I've only heard stories about how nice he is.
He seems like a real sweetheart.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if this is correct, but I would say Katy Perry is the meaner of the two. I don't think Post Malone's mean.
Thank you, Rex. Second fiddle. I don't know what I'm saying today. My mind is.
What did you say?
Second hat and second something.
Second hat. Playing second. I'm the top hat around here, damn it.
My first hat.
The Pokemon's official.
I asked for first hat today. Get out of here.
Pokemon's official YouTube channel and Twitch channel will air this special event. It airs 7 p.m. New Jersey time, 7 p.m. on February 27th. So there's still plenty of time to announce another musical act as part of this virtual concert. Let's see what you guys have to say about Post Malone. Akmaguin says, I'm still waiting for how they celebrate it in terms of games. New Pokemon Snap. You already know about that. I'm sure they got something else.
That's a good comment.
Because Pokemon Company International also confirmed that there shall be more announcements during the week of Pokemon's 25th anniversary. So there you go, Akmaguins. You don't have to worry. They said that they announced the plans for the concert, but there are more announcements coming during the week of the 25th anniversary. And obviously, there's going to be a game announcement. I wouldn't worry about it. So you just got to hang in there. Shillelagh says, I expect the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remix to be announced during this week. That is the rumor. We will find out. We did that. We don't need to do that. Here you go. This is very interesting. Ghosts and Goblins stars Arthur, the knight who saves the princess. And everybody knows in Ghosts and Goblin games, Mom Brain, when you get hit by an enemy,
you end up in your underpants.
You end up in your underwear. What is on Arthur's boxers?
Hearts.
Incorrect.
Oh, well, I just found this out this morning.
Everybody thought it was hearts. It is
Turns
not
out.
hearts. It's strawberries.
Yeah, strawberries.
Series creator Tokoru Fujiwara talked to Polygon, and they asked him, hey, what's the deal with Arthur? Why does he get knocked into his heart boxers when he gets hit? And Mr. Fujiwara says, quote, there's one very important detail I need to share with you that people might not know. The pattern on his underwear is actually strawberries. Arthur has this air of ruggedness when he has his armor on, but on the inside, he gets a little fancy and wears his favorite boxers. However, his underwear isn't simply just something that he likes to wear. It was actually a gift from the princess and acts as a, quote, charm, unquote, to protect Arthur in battle. It's probably safe to say the strawberry design was something the princess was fond of. Isn't that lovely? The princess gave him a lovely pair of strawberry boxers, and he wears them as a
strawberry underpants.
Were they married? Because that seems kind of like an intimate gift. I don't know.
Do I believe I have given you underpants?
That's true.
Well, will you marry me?
I don't. I mean, I don't know if they're married, but he's defending her, and yes, you would imagine they have some sort of relationship if she's giving him boxers, but who knows? Maybe it's just a gift between friends.
Well, I think we know there's something more.
What was that, Nikki Hill?
Protect your berries with these strawberries.
Donut Muffin says, trust me, wearing only strawberry underwear is an effective charm for warding everything away. I don't know. I think strawberries are nice.
I think they are too.
Strawberry boxers would be nice, I think.
So.
Capcom should sell them. Yes.
Being how many times I died in that game, I don't think they were very protective at all. But I do like the strawberries.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that new game. It comes out. Oh, it might come out this month. I think it comes out later this month. Very excited about that. Mom Brain.
Yes, dear.
Do you hear it? I think I hear it.
Spicy, spicy, meatball!
Don't hear that.
Oh boy, this is.
I hear it. It's very faint, but I hear it.
I don't hear anything, quite frankly.
Maybe Josh here? Is Josh here?
I think Josh hears it. Yeah, definitely.
Moving on.
I guess he doesn't hear it. You know what? We're just going to sit here in silence.
Really?
Yep.
I don't want to be here.
NBD.
Any suggestions as to what it might be called?
Mom Brain, you really can't find it.
No, I really can't find it. Would you like a shot at it?
All right.
Here you go.
We're going to... No, don't. I'm worried about the courts. We're going to go into the segment. When you find it, you just play it, okay?
Okay.
We have the January 2021 NPD numbers. And there's some...
Hey, be quiet.
It's called new.
I think I hear
So
something.
rename it.
NPD, 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 NPD. Is that what I sound like?
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, rename it right now so you don't lose it. We have the January 2021 NPD. As always, we will let you guys guess. We'll give Mom Brain a little bit of a break. Nikki Hill, do you have a guess?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, bro, is number one. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, number one for January. Kirby, do you have a guess?
No.
Okay. Do you have a guess?
Let's do Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is number 5. Number 5. Mom Brain, now it's your turn.
Minecraft? Did someone say Minecraft?
No one said Minecraft, and I feel like you guess this every time, and I need to say, once again, Minecraft is a game you buy digitally. This is retail charts.
All right. Well, I was busy.
Would you like another guess?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
I'm going to guess Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is not in the top 10.
Well, I'm blowing chunks today.
Well, I mean, Minecraft isn't in the top 10, but it's number 17, if you want to count that. No, I lied. Mario Kart is number 6. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 6. My brain, you did it.
Minecraft is number 17?
Yes.
But didn't you just say it's not part of the list?
I said, remember, Minecraft is a game that is bought mostly digitally, and this is a retail list.
So how is it still 17?
Yes, so it was the 17th best-selling retail game, yes.
Oh, so you don't, it's not, you can buy retail. Gotcha, sorry.
I thought we understood how MPD worked by now. Nikki Hill, do you have another guess?
Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto. I don't see it. No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Do you have another guess?
Let's see here. Is there like a hot Pokemon game out right now?
There's not a hot Pokemon game out right now. New Pokemon Snap is coming out in April, so I don't see any Pokemon games here in the top 20.
Oh, well, how about like I don't know, Madden or something?
Madden is number 4. Mom Brain, would you care to venture another guess?
No.
Okay. All right, then I guess we're going on. Your top 10 are, starting with number 10, NBA 2K21, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Ring Fit Adventure, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Madden NFL 21, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Your 20 to 11 are, starting with number 20, UFC 4, Super Mario Party, Cyberpunk, Minecraft, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Just Dance 2021, Mortal Kombat 11, Immortals, Phoenix Rising, FIFA 21, and Super Mario 3D All-Stars. There you go. That's your January top 20. Here's some other tidbits about January in general. Switch was the best-selling hardware platform in terms of units sold for the month of January, and unit sales of Switch were the highest of any platform in a January month since the Wii in January 2010. PlayStation 5 was the best-selling hardware in terms of dollars, with the highest dollar sales total for a January month since the Wii in 2009. So just to be clear here, the Switch sold more units, but the PlayStation 5 made more money, which obviously makes sense because the PlayStation 5 is double the price of the Switch. So there you go. Animal Crossing New Horizons ranked as January's 5th best-selling game, the first time it has ranked among the top 5 since July 2020, because most people are buying that digital, but now I made it up to number 5. Animal Crossing New Horizons repeated as a month's best-selling title on Switch. So lots of long-tail sellers on there for Nintendo. Even with competition from PlayStation and Microsoft, the Switch was still the best-selling platform. Things are going very well for Nintendo. Shillelagh says, the Switch being the best-selling hardware for 26 consecutive months is very impressive. That's 2 years and 2 months in layman's terms, or approximately 113 weeks or 791 days. There you go. Thanks for doing the math for us. Yeah, that's super impressive. 26 months in a row with the Switch being number 1. I don't know. I would imagine the Switch is going to be number 1 next month too. We're not going to see higher PlayStation or Xbox sales next month. It's all downhill from here. Taiwanese ratings have popped up for some new Switch games. We found out just earlier today that the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is listed for Switch. So a compilation of Great Ace Attorney games. Tales of the Borderlands is rated for Switch, which was a Telltale game that was done in traditional Telltale form, but it took place in the Borderlands universe. Secret Neighbor, a spin-off from Hello Neighbor, is in here for Switch, and SnowRunner, the racing game SnowRunner. So those 4 were rated for Switch by the Taiwanese Digital Game Rating Committee. They haven't been officially announced by the publisher or the developer, but the rating's there, so we know they're official. So expect announcements on those 4 games soon. And that's it. That's your top stories. We did it. We did it. Let's see.
My name's Josh Robot, and I'm here to say I'm the best on this podcast, far and away. I'm so great. And you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
Beautiful, Josh. Hello, Haggard Zygo.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Why?
Hell yeah.
Why? Hell yeah. Why is the cat in here now?
He just loves us. He was high as a kite earlier today.
Let's see. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Well, I played through Hades a couple more times. I managed to get through the game. I managed to get through once with the railgun, and then I tried doing it again, and now I'm like, I think I'm done with it. I get so frustrated. Everything takes so long. Like, no matter how much I upgrade, like, my attack, like, it just seems so weak. So So yeah, I don't know. It's right now. It's tied with the bow as like my least favorite weapon in the game.
I'm so weak. Take me to the bathroom.
Yeah, I was just constantly like running around and like reloading and shooting and running, and it just like, it seemed to take like 3 times as long as it like usually would if I was using a different weapon.
I believe Lube just said that he beat the game with the railgun too.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. Every time I try to do something new in this game, I end up being like disappointed.
I mean, once you get in the groove for a weapon that you like, it's hard to shift over to something else because you feel like you're starting from square one.
Yeah, I'm just so used to the spear and the shield at this point.
Yeah.
That,
Lanquin in the chat says railgun is amazing. I think it's the weapon that speedrunners use. That'd be interesting to look that up on YouTube and see what weapons the speedrunners are using to make it through the game.
well, I was thinking about it. The railgun seems like the kind of weapon that like masochists will probably like because this game has lots of options for people like that. I think people will want to punish themselves. What did I play? I played a lot of Grindstone again on my phone. That's about it. So yeah, basically the same stuff as last week.
I think you said something?
I was just going to say I didn't find the railgun to be too bad once you got the right perks. And I find that getting the right boons or whatever is important no matter what weapon you have. But yeah, that railgun, you can't, like, there's a lot of boons for the railgun that will give you something, but it like takes away something from it as well. And I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I did notice that. I was never able to get the one that gives you like unlimited ammo. So that might have been contributing to the frustration.
Yeah, there's a good one where you don't have to reload that you might like, but it's just a 3-round burst, but you never have to reload, which is cool. And then I got one that was it made the rocket that you shoot. It made like the explosion base like 5 times bigger, but you just couldn't get yourself in it, and it was dominating.
Oh yeah, there are times though where it seems like something like that would be like really dangerous, like when you get further in the game and the rooms get like smaller.
Oh yeah, those end rooms with those spitters.
Yeah, like
spitters and shovelers.
I can't imagine like my own my special like also like dealing damage to me in like a situation like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it sounds like if I didn't have to reload, it would probably make a big difference.
Hey. Michaels, what have you been playing?
Well, the biggest news, I guess, would be that yesterday, late in the evening, I got delivered to my house an Xbox Series S. And hooked that baby up while we were playing. Everyone was playing Fortnite, so I joined the Fortnite match on PlayStation 4 just to talk to everyone while I hooked up the Xbox.
We were acting as tech support.
Yes. Everyone was happy that I could still hang out without playing the game. I mean, I wish there were more people who could do that too. But so we'll see. I haven't played anything yet. I just got Games Pass because they had a pretty good deal on it. And I plan on playing the pirate game with URMC.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? Sails Away? What is it called? Sea of Thieves.
No, Sails Away. It sails away.
Sails away. And then
sails away, sails away, sails
but
away.
Also, I tried to get a little nostalgic. I went through, I haven't had an Xbox since the 360. Actually, the 360 is the only one I had, but I went back and like logged in on my old Xbox account and re-downloaded some old digital games I had, Beyond Good and Evil HD and Shadow Complex and Secret of Monkey Island remaster and stupid stuff like that. But I also snooped snooped around through Games Pass and I downloaded. I mean, who knows when I'm going to have time to play these games? That's like the shame of it, which is so funny. But like, you know, I downloaded Sensuous Sacrifice and I downloaded, you know, a couple other things that I can't think of right now, but they'll probably just sit there. Who knows when I'll get to them. Anyways, we played some more Fortnite. I played some more Mancala and 50 other games. And I ended up finishing up the playthrough of Resident Evil that I was telling you about on the Switch, the remastered original. You know, not much to say. Great game still, but I have to just reiterate and even let you know. I left off last time we talked about it last week. I was about to go to the laboratory, which is the end of the game, and I was kind of complaining about load times and like how the game is really chugging. And I get into the laboratory, and not only are the load times so bad with the door, but after the door opens and the loading, the screen stays black, and there's like a little blood splatter, like loading image in the bottom right corner, and then it like loads a little more. So I don't know what they were doing with that. I mean, they really pooped out that port. So I don't know. Like, all I can say is, hey, great game. I love it. I want people to play it, but maybe the Switch isn't your best bet for that. It's nice to have it portable, but other than that, Mom Brain, may I have a little drum roll? I beat Hades.
Hey! And you were putting so much pressure on yourself about beating that.
I did. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I still beat it. I beat it on my 40th try. And it's still probably a little bit later than a lot of my friends beat it. But you know what? It was the destination. It was not the destination. It was the journey.
That's right.
But it's actually, what's cool is that it's still going on. Like, it doesn't have to be over if you don't want it to be over. And there's still fun to be had. They introduced some systems in the game to make it a little more challenging as well. So I can see spending a lot more time in the game, and because it's still fun, and I want to explore some of the relationships a little bit more with the characters, which is funny because I don't think, you don't think when you think of a game like that you play it for the story or for the characters.
I don't. You've been saying this stuff lately. I don't know why. I don't know what makes you feel that way. Like, I don't know why you would look at that type of game and be like, there's no story here. Because you were saying about Celeste too, and then you played Celeste, and you're like, oh, the story.
Well, it's true, but when you're looking at the only other game like this I've ever played, I guess, is Enter the Gungeon. So it's kind of like, in Enter the Gungeon, there's almost no story. You're shooting like bullets at bullets. It's the dumbest thing in the world, but it's fun, So I don't know. You're right though, RMC. It is something that I should do. I have to stop judging books by their cover, if you will, or games by my expectations.
I think it might just be like genres, or maybe even visual presentations. Like, you'll see, like, there's no genre out there that means it won't have story to it. I can't think of one. Maybe a sports game, but even sports games have story modes in them. So, like, I think that's it. Like, you see like the visuals for a certain game, and you're like, oh, this isn't going to have a story. But yeah, it's just, a decision of the developer.
Well, you're right.
But I'm glad you played it, because I think that game has a great story. It has a great everything. I mean, I don't know if you heard this, Stu Michaels, but it won a whole bunch of New York Game Awards.
I did. And it's because of those awards that I played it, because they're so prestigious. They
don't just hand out Knickerbocker Awards,
Definitely glad that I played it. What a great game. The company Supergiant just, they keep knocking it out of the park, and I'm happy to be there to support it. So that was a lot of fun. I'm actually surprised, RMC, that you didn't keep going after you beat it, just because there's a few like story thing. I mean, it's not the most intense story in the world, but like, there's a few story elements that if you keep beating the game, you get little pieces of it. And I was kind of surprised you're not too interested.
I'm interested in the story and I like what I got, but it's hard for me to go back and play when I know the gameplay is going to be largely the same. Like if there was another way to get those story tidbits by doing something different, I would be all about that. But yeah, I feel like I have achieved the main goal of the game, so I don't feel I don't feel an intense push to go back in.
Well, we won't make you. But yeah, great game. And I have to, I don't know if anyone else had this, but probably not. But every single time I made it to Lerny, the bone hydra, it would have, you'd get off the boat and it would be like, like that, the guitar tune, and I would just be like, it's time to play the game. Every single time. I couldn't think of anything else but that song when I heard that. But yeah, great soundtrack to go with it. I still have a couple more games, so I'll try to be quick here. So I've been playing. Yesterday, I downloaded a review copy of Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14, and it's my first romance game. Well, I guess my second romance game ever, but my first one since all those years ago on the PlayStation 2, Romance 7. I have a feeling I'm just going to play every 7th installment of this game, and we'll take it from there. But I put in a lot of time yesterday. It's one of those games, games like this for me, and I don't have too many that I play, but like something like this or like Tropico 5 or something are games that I can sit in front of the TV. Like I could start at like 9 a.m. and it'll be like 8 p.m. before I even realize it. And I didn't eat or anything. You know, it's like something about these types of games where I can play them all day long and I don't feel like I've done anything afterwards. You know, like I've definitely like done something like in Tropico or in like the old Romance. I've definitely like played all day long, like an 8-hour session, and then at the end just like quit and not saved it because I didn't give a crap. You know, like it's amazing my mindset when it comes to these games. This one is no exception. I played a good like 7 hours yesterday. It took me just about that long to try to learn the buttons and everything. It's the menus are convoluted and you know, it like any kind of strategy game, there's a really good learning curve. So I just have to keep at it. To be honest, I was thinking, as much as I kind of like, I had moments of fun yesterday. There were things that I do appreciate about it. Overall, it's not what I'm looking for so far in a strategy game. But I think I'm going to take a break from it today because it's one of those things where I put so much time into it that I'm going to have to take it a little bit at a time. Because if I sit down to play it, it could be, 3 a.m. before I realize what's going on.
Yeah, I was going to say those type of games are very hard to. You can't be like, well, I'm going to play for a half hour. You just can't do that with that.
And one more turn is not something that you could ever say.
Yeah.
Like, there's no such thing as one more turn.
Yeah.
It's always like 20 more turns. You just have to. It comes to a point late at night. It happened to me last night where you just have to
Maybe lock the door and turn the lights down low.
But yeah. So, anyways, more to come on that. I'm gonna be playing it and hopefully cracking the case of how to play it and how to enjoy it. But right now, it's in a weird. I'm in a weird mode with it. This morning, I played some Super Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury. I decided that I wanted to play it before the podcast so I could talk about it a little bit. And I didn't know too much about what to expect from Bowser's Fury other than what we've seen. And I kind of wanted to jump back into Super Mario 3D World and see how similar they were. Because I kind of forgot the setup of 3D World. It all came back to me after I played one level. But I was worried Bowser's Fury was just going to be like a Super Mario 3D World 1.5. And it's definitely its own thing. It might use the controls you don't have the full scale control that you would in like Odyssey. Like you can't do a backflip, you can't do the triple jump, stuff like that. But you have like full control of the camera, and so it's a whole different thing. And like obviously the gameplay set up with Bowser, and he's kind of like on a timer where he will come out. I mean, I'm explaining this horribly, RMC. So if you want to jump in at any point.
Well, I'm going to talk about the game too, so I figured I'd let you do your thing.
Okay. Well, anyways, I like the gameplay a lot. I think it's one of those. First of all, the music is so good. I can't get over how good it is. Like I can get over it, but like it's so good. And like the way that the gameplay is, where Bowser will come up and attack like every so often, the music is constantly changing. So like, it doesn't change like in a traditional Mario game where it's like, oh, you beat this level, so you go to the next level, and the next level has different music. No, it's like it's all one big level, and the music keeps changing, and the way it happens was bringing so much emotion to me, because I'm an old man now and I get emotional when I play nostalgic games. But like just the way Nintendo does things, I mean, it may not be a full-fledged game as far as like, $60 for Bowser's Fury and it's a full thing, but they really Nintendo'd it up, man, in a good way. Like in such a good way.
I have the exact same feelings. I'll get into it when I'm talking. I just wanted to let you know you have a brother in arms.
Thanks. Yeah. So I just wanted to say the music transitions are great. The gameplay's fun. I want people to play it, so I won't go into anything else. But I just wanted to say it's so funny too, like with the music, and you're riding on that dinosaur's back through like, and like, they have it set up where you're on this like dinosaur, like flying through the water, and like you're following what looks like a little racetrack, but the track ends and you fly the thing right onto like an island, and I'm like crushing like little enemies, and I didn't even mean to. It was hilarious. And the song that's playing is so like, first of all, the song is great, but it's such like a beat, like ridiculous song, and you're just like going around like smashing like these enemies on a dinosaur's back. It's amazing.
It is a very like up-tempo, upbeat song. It is good. And then, like you said, you slide across the islands and take out trees and run over Goombas and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's just so funny. Like it's a real weird, it's a funny juxtaposition, and like it's also, I mean, Mario games are ludicrous anyways, but like, you're on this water dinosaur's back. But anyways, and then the last thing I wanted to mention about the game, well, there's two other things I wanted to mention. The last good thing I wanted to mention about the game was that don't ask me how Cat Mario works. It just works. Like it seems like the stupid, like if you showed me a picture of it or anything of, like even if anything about it, it just seems so stupid. And holy cow, is Cat Mario fun. And I just love it. It's just great.
I love the idea of like Cat Mario. That's crazy. That's so dumb. Give me Frog Mario or Raccoon Mario. Animals that make sense.
Well, it's funny because, I'm an older, I guess you could say I'm an adult. So like maybe that's my adult mind just being like, this is ridiculous. Like if they introduced Frog Mario now, I'd be like, what is this? When I loved it back in the day, like Tanuki Mario or whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it just works. It works really well, and it's a lot of fun. The only thing I wanted to ask you, maybe RMC, maybe you can let me know, but in Bowser's Fury, you can bank items. So if you already have like the cat outfit on and you get like a fire flower, it will put the cat item in your inventory, I guess, for lack of a better word, and you could use it later. Now, I couldn't figure out how to choose which item to use, because I had like, a bell, a leaf, a heart, or a mushroom. And the only thing that, like, the D-pad up would use it, but I couldn't switch between them. And the left on the D-pad was like the amiibo button, and right on the D-pad was a second way to like go to your map. So, and I like Googled it, I couldn't figure it out. So
I don't remember having any troubles with it, and I did it all the time. I thought it was just the joystick. I don't remember. But I would do it,
Joystick,
yeah,
that
because
doesn't
I'd get
make any
like
sense.
the boomerang, and I'd already have the cat suit, so I'd go in and swap back out for the cat suit. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember there being anything weird about it. Mom, Brady, would you do me a favor and grab me my Switch? I'll check it out right now.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Is it in its dock?
Yeah, you can unplug the headset. We'll figure it out right now. Do as we move on.
Cool. Well, I mean, I shouldn't have saved that for last then, because that's all I had to say. But,
No, I mean we'll move on.
But yeah, thanks for letting me talk about the games that I played.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed doing it. Looking forward to getting into more of Xbox Series X.
Yes, I'm
Series
glad
S
you said that.
stuff.
Somebody in the chat said something for you. I should have saved it. Oh, Freddie Fro said to you, "Do so many of the awesome indie games that are talked about on the podcast are on Game Pass. Cyber Shadow, which you know, Celeste, which you've played.
Sorry, I meant to mention that. So Ori and the Will of the Wisps and Cyber Shadow, I downloaded both of them on Xbox Pass. So I will.
And they also say Grease, Gris, is on there as well, which Nikki Hill and Kirby have talked about. All right.
Very cool.
We did Nikki Hill. No, we didn't. Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
I played Solitaire, and then I also started. I was hoping to finish it by now, but I haven't. Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Wait, did you start episode 1 and you're almost finished with 1, or the whole thing?
No, I'm not almost finished with anything. I did episode 1 and 2, and I thought, like, yeah, I'll just do one episode a day. But I didn't stick with that, and now I'm gonna not be able to play for a while. But I'm just afraid that my brain doesn't retain information enough for any of this to make sense to me.
I know the standard Nikki Hill worry. It's okay.
No, it's not an easy, like, it's not just something you passively play. Like, you have to be engaged.
Hi, Barry Bob. Hi, Slacker Monkey. I mean, yes, you do have to pay attention.
And I'm paying attention to things, and like, I don't know if I'm going to be remembering the things I need to remember and just forgetting everything else. It's so strange, and like, I don't want to say quirky, but like, I just love that you go to this office building and you get in the elevator and it says, like, one level is maps and diagrams or something. Another floor of the office building is whatever, human resources or filing or whatever. And then one is just bears. And you go to that floor and there's just like a bunch of bears sitting there looking at you. Such a strange, unique experience, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's
a little stressful for me because every single time, like every single thing, you have to make a decision about the dialogue, and the changes in the dialogue and like where it leads you might not be huge, but in my head it is, and like,
my emperor, I failed you.
I don't know, like, how passive or like whatever, or just like stick to the job that I need to do.
Nikki Hill, just play the damn game and stop stressing out about it.
I'm playing it, but it's playing me.
Man, oh man, you're so worried about every little decision. It's just the game.
When decisions are like asked of me, yeah, I have a hard time.
Well, look at it this way: you make your decision, and that's it. You can't change it.
I know that's the problem. So yeah, so I tried something new. All right,
that's good.
But that's really it. That's all I played, and I'm going back to work. So who knows what's in store for old Nicholas Mound?
Thanks,
Mom
Nikki
Brain,
Hill.
what did you play?
Thanks for asking. I played If Found. I mean, it's not really like, a game that you like play through. It's a visual novel.
It's a game, Mom Brain.
So, then I beat it.
Don't game shame. Congratulations, Mom Brain.
Thank you. Upon recommendation from Nikki Hill, actually, and I'm very grateful that he recommended it. I found it to be a very emotional journey. And I thought that everything about it was thoughtful, and all the pieces came together to provide me with a really cool experience. So I would recommend it to anybody who's looking for a visual novel. It wasn't long. Like, it didn't take long.
I was just going to ask that, how long it took you.
A couple hours, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed it, and I am glad that I played/read it. Thank you.
Thank you, Momri.
What about you, Romy?
Oh, thank you, Mombrain. First off, Do Michaels, I just checked it now. You just push up on the D-pad to select your item, and then you use left or right on the D-pad or left or right on the joystick. They both work.
I guess I can believe that.
I did it right now, and I even showed Mombrain as I was doing it.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Like when you know me well. So what did I play? I played some Bowser's Fury, and as Do said, I was feeling very emotional when it gets going. There's just, there's something about Nintendo's games, because obviously I played them when I was a kid, but I've played them throughout my whole life. But also, I know when I play a Nintendo game, I'm going to get a quality experience. And it's exciting because you don't get the mainline stuff very often. A Zelda game every, 4 or 5 years, if not more. A mainline Mario game, same thing. Like, there may be spin-off titles in there, or sports games or party games or whatever. But when it comes to the next big adventure, you have to wait for a while. And Bowser's Fury isn't the next big adventure, but it's the next new Mario thing in a traditional sense. So when you start up, I'm like excited, and they just have little musical flourishes and animation that you're like, man, here we go. This is the next adventure. This is really fun and exciting. And you hear the music, and you see the land that you're about to run around in, and it makes me emotional. Like, I run in between the islands, and the islands switch tunes, as Do was saying, and it's just really, really cool. It's just fun. And I was playing about an hour and a half of Bowser's Fury. It's just you can, with stuff like Bowser's Fury or any mainline Mario game, you see how Nintendo embraces video games being video games. Like, there's nothing wrong with games that tell deep stories, and there's nothing wrong with games that have deep mechanics and customization and all that stuff. But Nintendo is very much like, this is a video game, and we're going to give you the kind of fun that you can only get in a video game. And it's just a very simple, straightforward core mechanic that's done so well and twisted in so many different ways. It's just like, Nintendo's not afraid to make a video game. Like, you run, you jump on enemies, and you explore. That's it. Like, that's all. There's no deep story. There's a little bit of story. There's just the music and the pure gameplay. It's just fun. It's a pure, straightforward focus on fun, which you don't get often nowadays. And I really appreciate that. And I think Nintendo does it at least one of the best, if not the best. It's just fun to play. It's a joy to play. And as Do Michaels was saying, Bowser gets transformed by some goop that is taken over. I believe it's called Lake Lapcat, where everything is cat themed and there's cats all over the place. And Bowser Jr. is like, holy crap, my dad, he's turned extra evil, and I don't know who else to turn to. So, Mario, I'm turning to you. And Mario's looking at him like, yeah, you son of a bitch. But then when he sees Bowser Jr. is like, he says something like, help my papa, or something like that. And Mario's like, yeah, let's do it. So he helps him out. And yeah, Bowser will awaken out of the goop every so often to rain down like blocks of lava and shoot lava beams out. And those lava beams can break open new portions of the level to let you collect stuff. And you can fight back on them by lighting up lighthouses with your cat shines that you collect. They send out a beam from the lighthouse, and they make Bowser go back to sleep. But if you get enough of these little cat shines, you can fight Bowser as Giga Cat Mario. So it's like a big like kaiju fight against Bowser and Mario. And if you beat him that way, it will open up new portions of the islands, whole new stretches of islands. And it also sends Bowser back to sleep for a little bit longer.
Our cat, by the way, is in his box staring down the hallway at us.
Okay.
Like
Comanche's Fury.
He's very
And it's, like,
interested in the
dark
cat
there,
talk.
so his eyes are like glowing.
So it's just very fun, engaging platforming. A lot of verticality in the platforming, and then there's the Plessy rides, like Dew was saying, where you ride Plessy wherever you want. And
Plessy's such a great name.
there's different themes to the islands. So some have a more colorful theme. Some have like a there's one set in particular that's like different hues of blue. It's just, you run through tunnels, you climb mountains, you do the flip switch puzzles, you platform off enemies, you collect coins, you swing around on the fences, all that stuff. Then you have all your power-ups. Like,
it's very versatile.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where because when I first jumped into it, like I said, I was trying to do the backflip and the triple jump and all these jumps, and I was like, I can't do them. Like Mario feels like he's constrained, but then you find that like the items that you find and the way that the levels are set up, like you said, the verticality of it is so natural, and it's almost like they lay it out for you. Like it's almost scripted, like you're supposed to do the things, but like it feels not like it's scripted. Is that a weird thing to say?
No, the levels that's Nintendo's thing. The levels are very much built in a very specific way for you to utilize what you have. And like you said, the movements are restricted in this one as compared to a Galaxy or an Odyssey. And if you are just playing Odyssey and you jump into Bowser's Fury right away, you might be like, oh, Mario doesn't have half the moves he usually does. But if you're a newcomer, you play Super Mario 3D World, and that's the same moveset. And then you go into Bowser's Fury and you're using that same moveset, although in Bowser's Fury, you have a 360-degree area to explore. So it's a mix of Super Mario 3D World's gameplay and mechanics with the open-endedness of Odyssey or Galaxy. So it's interesting. But yeah, then you have all the power-ups that help you reach different areas too. Like Cat Mario can climb up walls and dive bomb things in like a very specific trajectory. And then you got other stuff in there. There's other traditional power-ups, Fire Flower and Boomerang and stuff I'm forgetting. But yeah, it's really fun. I'm going out of my way to collect everything because I want to. I was thinking about this last night. This is another one of those games where it's an example of like, I liken it to like your favorite snack or your favorite food where you're like, man, this is so good. I want more. And then as soon as you stop eating, you're like, man, I could go for some more. Actually, it's like ice cream, Mom Brain.
Oh like my God.
Like, do you ever eat ice cream and you're like, I've had enough ice cream for
never.
today?
No,
exactly.
never.
Exactly. That's what it's like.
Although there are occasions where I put a bite in my mouth and I'm like, did I just force that down? I think I need to stop.
So I played some yesterday and I stopped because I had to do some work, but I was mad because I wanted to play more, but also I don't want to rush it because I want to savor it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's great. It's great. But I'm very excited to play Super Mario 3D World online with Nikki Hill and Dew and whoever else jumps in there because I played that game. I love that game. I played it single player. I did not play multiplayer, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure there's
never played that multiplayer?
No. Played to start.
Oh my God.
I was playing that for review, so I was playing it under embargo, running for a deadline.
Man, yeah. What I think I played it. Whoever was my roommate at the time, it was either R-Type or it could have been Brian. But like, man, it's so much more fun. I can't wait to play it with you guys online because it's so much more fun with multiple people.
Nikki Hill,
you're saying 3D World too?
Yes.
What was 3D? I keep confusing it. 3D World was on the Wii U.
Yes.
The 3D Land was on the 3DS.
Yes, because the Land games were portable, like Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2. So 3DS was portable, so they did Super Mario 3D Land. And World was console, like Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. So Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Well, it's so simple, except it's just not, but it is.
So yeah,
and that's another game that Super Mario 3D World that had so many ideas in it. Like, I remember like every level being just so jam-packed with something crazy. Yeah. And it's like, who came up with this stuff? Like, who came up with half of this stuff? Like, it's unbelievable. Like, the developers of like the design of the worlds are unbelievable.
Yeah, there's like the Neon Jackpot level. There's a Super Mario Kart style level. There's the the Japanese like houses style level, the dojos or whatever you want to call them. There's train levels. There's so much in there. Very really cool. But I'm sure I've forgotten some of them, so I'm looking forward to get back into that. So that's how I'm going to be playing that. I played Fortnite as usual. Fortnite is fun. We've talked a lot about it. Don't need to say anymore. And then the only other thing I played, which Lanquin mentioned in the chat, and he was correct. I have played and completed Honey Pop 2. I did it.
Yay!
I knew you could do it.
Wow.
Honey Pop 2. For those who don't know, Honey Pop 2 is the sequel to Honey Pop. Honey Pop is the match 3 dating game that is hentai related, very adult related. And you see very graphic hentai images after your successful dates. And the dialogue is very funny, but also very adult. So I played it all this week. I got it the day it came out, and it took me a few days to complete the game. It was much harder than the first game. And I went on Reddit to see what people were saying about the difficulty, and there were tons of posts from people saying like, is anybody else having trouble beating this game? Because I feel like it's much more of a struggle in the first one. I played on normal, and it was much more of a challenge than the first game. And that might be because there's a lot more qualifiers in the or a lot more features or wrinkles in the gameplay as far as the match 3 stuff goes. Every girl now has baggage, and baggage will change between levels. So it'll be like baggage is like, it'll have a storyline explanation, but it'll also have a gameplay mechanic. So it'll mean like one of the characters won't let you do 4 in a row matches, or one of the character gets annoyed when you do 2 of the same matches in a row. So you have
seeing this new girl, but it's really annoying. She won't let me do 4 in a row matches.
So you have to take note of the like there's a goth girl, and one of her baggages is you match hearts in the game to make your puzzle values higher. But for her, matching hearts will lower your points. You have to match broken hearts for her, and usually broken hearts you want to avoid, so you have to swap them around. So, I mean, it's a really, really good match 3 game. It's just extremely challenging. But yes, it is very, very, very much adults only. This is not something you want to play if you're not, I guess, what do you say, over 17, over 18? I don't know what it is.
I think you have to say 18.
This is not a R-rated movie. This is an X-rated movie. That's what it's like. But the dialogue is so funny. The first game was really funny and had some really great humor, and they do just the same here. Your like companion character is really funny and extremely crude, just like in the first game. But all the characters are funny. They all have their, like, let me see. There's a goth girl. There's a couple characters from the first game too that return. There's like a flight attendant from the first game. There's an adult actress from the first game. I'm trying to think of who's new. There's somebody who works at the resort that you're in the second game, and there's a goth girl who's like always talking about death and dying, and they do a really good job with making the characters feel very different. And the big change in this game is now instead of going on a date with a girl, every date is a double date. You have 2 girls on each date, and they have stamina meters, and you have to swap between the 2 while you're doing the match 3, because you can't do more than might be 5 moves in a row with the same girl, because they'll run out of stamina. So you have to balance the 2 during the date. And I know this sounds stupid, but the stamina mechanic makes it feel like a date, because you can't pay more attention to one girl than the other, because the one will get mad. And I was like, that's such a smart way to do the dating mechanic and the gameplay mechanic, because they make sense with one another. Obviously, if you're on a date with 2 people and you paid only attention to one of them, the other one would get pissed. So I like that they worked that storyline and that gameplay mechanic together into one thing. It's a cool idea. But yeah, it's very challenging. I'm very I'm very much looking forward to having our friends play it like we did the first time once we can all get back together again. Because we had a blast with that first game. It was a lot of fun and we were crying from laughing and just had a great time with it. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's a good game.
Is it important to have played the first to be able to play the second? Because I never played the first one.
Important gameplay wise, no. Important story wise, yeah, you're going to miss out on backstory for a lot of characters, especially your companion character. What?
It's a backside story.
I don't know if you're being serious about playing it, Nikki Hill, but you can play it on the computer. Yeah, I mean, you can probably get the first one for cheaper now.
Yeah.
But yes, if you're very offended by sexual content, then yes, steer clear of this. Or cursing, steer clear of this. If you're offended by very crude humor, stay away from this.
Is this something I can be comfortable playing with in front of my parents?
You know me, yes.
Okay.
I mean, only if your parents noticed your boner.
Oh, wait. Are you saying this is after the pandemic kind of eases up a little bit, maybe this is a parents' play?
Yeah, I'll do this for parents play. Sure, have to be a Patreon.
Oh my god,
that'd have to be a Patreon exclusive. But yeah, no, I have no qualms about that at all.
All right, no qualms.
The best part is I would just drop my parents into a match 3 game and not explain any of it. And then we'll see what happens after.
I could see your mother's voice getting so high.
Oh my god,
this is horrible.
Lots of laughing, and my dad would be like, "This is all right."
Oh no!
If you did, or he would just be like, "Oh."
That's true. There you go.
If you guys did a parents play Patreon video, that would be officially the first porno that I paid for.
You could unsubscribe from the Patreon do. I'd let you have that for free. Yes, that would 1 bazillion% have to be a Patreon exclusive. I don't think I could post that on YouTube. I would have to upload it just as a video somewhere, host it somewhere else. And I can't put that on GoNintendo because it's not related to Nintendo in any way, but Patreon, sure, we could do that. Trust me. I have greatly missed parents play, as I miss my parents in general. So when I do finally see them again, there would be no greater parents play to return with. We're definitely going to do that.
Might be another year before they come over for another parents play after that.
Especially the way you're
my dad will be back. Well, you know what? My dad will be back for the porn, and my mom would be back for the match 3 because she really likes match 3 games.
It's a perfect date night for them. Perfect. It's a shame that it's Valentine's Day now, because that'd be the perfect mom, dad, I have a Valentine's Day gift for you.
I just need to stress
the way your mom says honey too.
I need to stress, I know there's a lot of lewd games or hentai games or whatever you want to call them out there that are just very low budget affairs that are just made to include lewd imagery, and that's that. I really need to stress that Honey Pop, both 1 and 2, are like, they're not low budget, low rent, and crappy experiences that are just crapped out.
They're actual games.
They're actual games. They put like a ton of work. There's so much voice acting in this game and so much dialogue. And the match 3 is really good. Like they honestly put a lot of time and care and attention into this game. I know it's a genre that's very niche. Dating games and match 3 games aren't niche, but obviously throw in the adults only factor and that makes it niche. But they sold 100,000 copies on their first day. So there's people it's like $20. So that's, I guess, $2 million basically. But it's really well made. It's very funny. It's certainly going to be offensive in some ways, but I think you're expecting that from this kind of game. So certainly not for everybody, but man, it is a really fun game. It is really good. I got other than the difficulty, and maybe some of the mechanics are just too layered. There might be too much sophistication to the level of the like attributes in a match 3, like too many things to worry about, like stamina and the baggage and the hearts and all. There might be too many things that might overwhelm people, but other than that, it's really good. It's a fun game, funny, fun. And not for everybody, but that's it. Yeah, I played Honey Pop 2. It's great. I'll keep you updated on that Parents Play. All right, let's do some questions. Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
Go NintendoQuestions@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo. They can be about video games in general, or whatever the hell you want.
He's heading towards certain death.
Pratt Trap says, "What are the chances we could get a full tour of the soundboard?" I don't think we could do that. Or at least top 3. Does anybody have a soundboard clip off the top of their head that they absolutely love?
Oh,
wow! Can we have a Dark Metamorphosis, Mombrain?
Sure.
Castlevania,
Yep,
Dark Metamorphosis?
Yep. Castlevania, Die Monster. There
Dark Metamorphosis!
There we go. Can I get, I'm a big fan of I'm Interested in This. That's also Castlevania.
I'm interested in this.
We, of course, had this one.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Nikki Hill, did you say something?
Natalia the Sluice.
Yes, of course. Resident Evil, Mombrain.
Yes. We're getting there.
Natalia the Sluice!
We have a Yoshi Woe request from Kid Koopa. Yes, that's definitely, or Koopa Kid. That's definitely one of the best ones.
Whoa!
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
We have a G sure is boring around here request. Rex says it always cracks him up. That's
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Blood Ocean. I'm sorry I missed that. Blood Ocean's favorite is Dad Groan.
Oh,
Number
we
1.
did a lot of Dad
Well,
Groan.
we could hear it again.
We got a new bongo!
Where'd you go, Dad Groan?
You were just playing it.
I know.
My Charuba.
We have a general request for Star Fox. Anything Star Fox will do. That's a good one.
Don't relax. We're not done yet.
Joe is Cool brings up one that we haven't heard in a while. The Hi, how are you?
Oh, that's such a good one.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah,
That is a really good one.
There are a lot of great ones. And we'll end it with Lanquin's request, which is Nobody Cares About Me.
No one cares about me.
Yeah, the soundboard's one of my favorite parts of the podcast. I really love
That
it.
is one of my favorites. I didn't want to say it because I feel like I request it so frequently already.
Hit it again.
Is that what I sound like?
Hit it again for him.
No one cares about me.
There you go.
So is so good.
Hey, Mom Brain.
I also really like this one.
May the rats eat your eyes!
Yeah.
That might be your favorite, Mom Brain. You play that one a lot. I like that one.
Man, you didn't do Species Spicy Meatball. I thought that would make it into your top 3.
It's,
Mom Brain, we have a Patreon question.
We do.
Did you know that you can join the Patreon
Spacey Spicy Meatball!
for $1? Thanks, Mom Brain. Today's Patreon question comes from Autumnal Blake. And they say, who is the most fashionable Nintendo character and who is the most fashionable podcast person? All right, let's start with podcast person because we have the lowest amount of people to work with.
Do. Definitely do.
You think so?
I used to be. Thanks for saying that. I used to be real fashionable on the East Coast. In California, you can go out shirtless and shoeless. I don't know if you knew this. I used to put on clothes to take my garbage out in New Jersey. Here, I'm literally in my underwear, and I don't care who sees me. It's amazing this side of the world.
Well, I mean, I also am in my underwear, but over here on the East Coast.
The other day, we've had snow nonstop for I don't know how long now. There's a foot of snow still on the ground, and the driveway had slush on it. And Raw Meat took out the garbage at 6 o'clock in the morning with no shoes on, and came inside complaining about cold feet.
No,
He's got hobbit feet.
I said, get out of my way. I got cold feet.
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining about it. Listen, am I going to put on, I don't wear clothes all day long. Am I going to put on clothes to just walk outside for 5 seconds?
Shoes, maybe?
No, I'm not. No, I'm fine.
Well, he doesn't like socks.
Hate socks.
And the wintertime is prime sock season.
I do not believe I own any socks other than dress socks for the random occasion.
You have
Funerals,
them,
weddings.
don't wear them.
In the world. I love that.
Yeah, I'm not putting on shoes just to go outside for 5 seconds. It's fine.
You're going to rethink that. I mean, I would have thought that you already would have second guessed that or whatever when you burned the bottoms of your feet off completely.
No.
And you're going to walk out where there's slush and ice and snow. You're going to step on a piece of glass or a nail that's just randomly out there, and you're going to be regretting it, pal.
Well, just a couple weeks ago, I stepped on a rock that I had to pull out of my foot, and you can still see the blood blister on the bottom of my foot, but I still don't put on shoes. I know the risks. that are involved.
He knows the risks, but I'm the one that has to deal with the repercussions.
Did you do anything?
No.
You're the one that has to get out of his way when he's got cold feet.
That's right.
I just want to say I was going to say Kirby was most fashionable. Just want to say it because I always talk to the Kirby boys about how fancy they look.
Okay.
No, I'd say R-Type is a lot more fashionable than I am.
Well, R-Type's not a podcast regular. You are. I'm going with you.
Are we only counting regulars?
So plus also just so handsome in general.
Oh, stop.
Nikki,
see what I look like now.
Nikki Hill.
I'm sorry, what?
I thought you said something.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, it would probably be a toss-up between Drew Michaels and Nikki Hill. I don't know. I mean, everyone's got their own. Every one of the in the podcast.
The term was fashionable, so yes, I guess it all depends on what your view of fashion is. Also,
everyone's got a signature look.
Like they said, most fashionable Nintendo character.
Yeah, it would have to be one that wears clothes. So I guess Kirby's out. Or no, wait, he wears the clothes of the characters he siphons his powers from.
Who is?
I've got a couple from this one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm blanking.
I've got either. It's either from Mario, either Rosalina or the mayor, Paulina.
Oh
Is it
yeah,
Paulina. She's pretty classy. And then I forgot the other one. I'm going to think about it.
Mabel from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I was going to say the Able sisters. I was going to pick them.
Oh, also from Mario, the what were the ones that were trying to ruin the marriage? The four bunny brothers that were trying
The Brutals.
The Brutals. The Lady Brutal is always dressed up.
That's true. That's true. She's dressed very much like Pauline in that game, actually. Who else? Is there anybody in Zelda that's fashionable?
Well, I mean,
Tingle.
Tingle, yeah, Tingle. That's it.
Bowser got dressed up in a tux.
Oh, he did
Pretty
that.
hard.
That white tux with the purple satin trim. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. We're thinking of most fashionable in games right now, and I'm longingly staring at that picture of Beast Do Michaels in his tux.
Zant.
Nice.
Zant's got that fancy long-armed robe.
Yeah, I'm going with Zant.
What else do we got? Well, Donkey Kong, he's wearing a tie. Come on, that's fashionable.
Ganondorf always looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like he's always dressed real nice. Like he's got some good stuff. He's like real regal in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
He's got the sweet Japanese kimono and Wind Waker.
Yeah. That one in Wind Waker is one of my favorite styles of Ganon. I really like that. Well, there you go, Autumnal Blake. We had some answers for you. All right, let's do music. Send your music to gnpodcastmusic at Send your podcast music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Huh?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, you're all in luck because I have some great music for you this week.
I got music. You want to hear
I
it?
want to hear it.
You want to hear it? Oh.
Is that what I said?
He said, is that what I said?
I thought he started and didn't finish. Song number 1 comes from Blood Ocean 07.
I feel like I know this. Okay, this has to be... All right. Platon. Okay. Ukulele. Something from Rare. Something from Platonic.
It's not ukulele.
Okay, is it Donkey Kong?
Nope.
Is it Banjo?
Yep.
Which Banjo? Banjo Tooie?
Yes.
That's why I don't know it as well.
The way you break down these is so fascinating to listen to because you're so knowledgeable, and then at the end you're just like, oh, that's probably why I didn't get it in 2 seconds. I got it in 5.
Well, I knew it was a Rare game for sure, but I didn't know if it was Rare back in the day, Rare, or Platonic now. And because it was a song I didn't instantly recognize, I knew it was going to be either ukulele or Banjo Tooie, because I know the Banjo Kazooie soundtrack really well. I know Banjo Tooie well, but not that well. But I got there.
The beginning of that song reminded me of one of my favorite songs from Twin Peaks. In the beginning, when Audrey goes in to the business meeting smorgasbord that her father's having with the Norwegians. It's such a great song. Okay, so that was from Blood Ocean 07, and it was Banjo Tooie on the 64. This one comes from Giant Reggie.
Oh, I know this one. I've heard this. That's Odyssey, right?
It is not.
Well, I've played the game, so whatever I've played.
All right, is it first party?
No.
All right, dude, now I can't help you at all. What system?
Cube.
GameCube, not first party. Dew says he has played it for sure.
I must have.
Does this look like something Dew would play?
Probably.
Elements isn't Nintendo, is it?
Well, it's not on the GameCube, but it's Konami.
It's not Elements.
What did you play on the GameCube, Dew?
That's what I'm trying to think now. Like, I'm wondering. It's definitely something I played. Is it like Coral Rimpa or something?
Nope.
That is not the GameCube.
So I have no idea what I played on the GameCube.
Is this Capcom?
No.
Oh.
So it's not Beautiful Joe or anything. I would have played that.
No.
So it's not first party. It's not Capcom, which is throwing me off. Franchise?
Yeah.
Franchise is still around?
Yes.
Is it Sega related?
It is.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Sonic something?
Uh-huh.
No, Dew doesn't play Sonic games. What, are you kidding me?
I think back in the day he probably
On
did.
the GameCube, he played like Sonic 2.
Okay,
Yeah, why would I know this then? It's so weird.
All right, a Sonic game on the GameCube. So we have Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2.
No.
Sonic Heroes.
No.
Oh boy, what else is on the?
Is it from like a Sonic the Hedgehog like multi-disc that had like all the games on it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Sonic Mega Collection.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you know? What game in the Mega Collection it is?
No.
I think it's the menu for when you're choosing the game because I only played 1 and 2.
That is really funny.
Yeah, Giant Reggie says it's just menu music.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
You bought a Sonic Mega Collection for the GameCube?
I don't remember doing it, man. I don't know. It doesn't sound like something I would do.
But you clearly knew that song. That's great.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I'm just glad it was something that I recognized because I swear, like, I knew the song, and if it was a game I didn't play, I'd have to get some things sorted out.
You were right. You got it.
All right, so that was from Giant Reggie, and it was Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube. Here comes one from Glitter Bubble 3.
Now, I obviously know this song, but I don't remember why I know it.
I long for days that feel like this song.
Seriously, if I owned an airport in the Caribbean, this is what I would play in the lobby, like when people were getting off. It's like, come on, baby.
Why do I know this song and I can't place the franchise. What system?
64.
Is it, I don't even know if it's first party. I don't think it is. I don't know why Bubble Bobble keeps coming to mind, but it's not Bubble Bobble.
It's not. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Why do I know this? Still around today?
I don't think so.
Darn it. 64.
Guybone says it's directly related to Bubble Bobble.
Okay. Rainbow Island?
No.
Bust a Move.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I was thinking Bubble Bobble for a reason.
Okay.
Great puzzle game.
Glitter Bubble 3 sent that in, and it
I
was
don't even
Bust a
remember
Move
that on the 64.
on the 64. This one comes from Ian.
I got 0 on this. I don't even know system. Is this Capcom? I have 0. I have nothing. Sounds like it could be one of those bad Mega Man games. Is it Mega Man?
No.
All right, Capcom on GameCube. Wait for your sound. Product number 3.
No.
Not Resident Evil.
Nope.
Franchise?
I don't think so.
They like one of those RPGs. Did they make one of those crazy RPGs?
Capcom RPG on the GameCube. I don't know.
Oh wait, is it like Bates and Kaitos or something?
It is not.
That's Bandai Namco.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Capcom. Beautiful Joe, since we guessed that.
No.
Man, I'm blanking on Capcom on GameCube. There wasn't a lot. Resident Evil, Mega Man, Street Fighter. That was on GameCube.
Odama.
Not Odama. Go ahead. I don't know.
Gotcha Force.
I would have never gotten it. I know the game, but
So that was from Ian, and it was Gotcha Force on the GameCube.
oh, gotcha.
What kind of game is Gotcha Force?
I want to say it's like a robot mech battler. I could
Like
be wrong on
Armored
that.
Core?
Yeah, except like I think it's like kids like getting little robots out of capsule machines and fighting with them.
And when you beat your opponent, you say, "Gotcha,
Gotcha.
gotcha, Danny."
This song comes from Jess I.
Oh, not where I thought it was going. I know this. Why do I know this? Oh, this is a Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a system? All right, well, let's go. Jesus Christ, I don't know. 3?
No.
4?
No.
5?
No.
6?
Yes. higher, lower.
I knew it.
I love that they had 6 already on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, that was Dragon Quest 6 on the Super Nintendo from Jess I.
Come on, Kirby, you were playing Dragon Quest XI's demo. You should have got
Jet Jaguar
Actually,
sends this one.
That was the only Dragon Quest game I've ever played, to be honest.
Focus all attacks. Winback.
No. Reminds me of the
Knockoff.
Buck playing the drums.
Knockoff Unsolved Mysteries.
No.
Perfect Dark.
No.
Goldeneye.
No.
Time Splitters.
No.
What system? The Conduit.
No.
Not first party, is it? I got no idea what this is.
No. Atlas.
Oh, well, don't tell me that. Shin Megami something or other.
No.
Nikki Hill, come on, you know that Atlas game. It was on the, it's on the Wii, obviously.
What system is this?
Wii.
Wii!
Trauma Center, Second Opinion?
Trauma Team. Great job. Great job. That was Trauma Team on the Wii from Jet Jaguar. This one is from Matthew.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon or something?
No.
It does have that kind of feel.
Time Splitter.
No.
What system?
Switch.
Hey. I'm gonna take the L on this one.
Is there a Bloodborne or something on that game? Switch one?
No.
There's Dark Souls.
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Hollow Knight.
Son of a...
God damn it. Nikki Hill, where are you?
I'm in like the first 5 minutes of that game, so...
So that was from Matthew, and it was Hollow Knight on the Switch. Here comes one from Mikey3319, and hopefully you'll have some better luck.
Wow.
Wherever you are, wherever you're
Oh, this is Killer Instinct.
Yes.
Let it go. This is so good. This is Ultimate Cheese. I believe the name of this song is Play Hard.
I don't know.
This is all you
And I used to listen to it so much. I was like, this is the coolest song ever. Get ready.
It's like Cher or something.
It's up to you, play hard.
Not as good as that Mirror's
Oh, man.
All
That's
right,
great.
so-
That's great.
So turn that up and start your Saturday night off right.
Look up Killer Cuts on YouTube. Listen to that album. That's a great album.
So that was Killer Instinct from Mikey3319 on the Nintendo 64.
I'm sorry, I need to just
So
clarify.
Killer Instinct Gold.
Earlier, I said Trauma Center Second Opinion. Did somebody say Trauma Team? Because that's a different game.
Mom Brain gave you Trauma
Yeah,
Team
I'm
because
giving it
she
to you.
know it was related to Trauma
Because
Center.
she know it was related.
She know it was.
She know it to be true.
You know those trauma men's were related.
This one comes from a girl, Rosemary the Farmer.
I instantly think I know this, but I might be wrong.
This is like our Thursday morning song.
What system?
Switch.
I don't know. This is, the Girls Gone Wild game. Switch.
Get real close to the TV and turn it down.
Give these girls some liquor and you'll never know what'll happen on Girls Gone Wild for Nintendo Switch. If anybody doesn't know why I make those jokes, go on YouTube and look up an old commercial for Girls Gone Wild, which is safe for work.
Because you're an adult.
It's a commercial for regular TV. There's no nudity, but this is the kind of music they would play in the background.
This sounds like if they made like a Weekend at Bernie's 2 game.
All right, we don't know. I don't know.
Overcooked 2.
Yeah, I haven't played either Overcooked game.
So that was from
Well, they're
Rosemary the
free.
Farmer.
Because
Yeah, 2 more days.
Yeah, but
You got
they
no
are
excuse.
they are what's the word? They make me too nervous. They like filling orders. They're too stressful for me. That's one genre that I get too stressed out by.
It's just a game. Just fill the orders and play the game.
It's not fun for me though.
That's how I feel about the Office game. You know, like it's like I don't want to wait tables in my free time. I don't want to work in an office in my free time. Like, let me kill some evil bad guys or something.
I hear you. So that was from Rosemary the Farmer, and it was Overcooked 2 on the Switch. And this last one comes from Wired. Pretty Pro says Overcooked 2 has a less stressful mode now. We should try it.
Parents' Place.
It's called Tuesdays.
I got nothing.
I like it.
Raji, an ancient
Yes.
epic.
Yes.
Just had to listen to the type of instruments. There's only as sad as this is to say, there's very few games who dive into Indian culture and heritage, and I figured that had to be it. I'll take it. Still haven't played that game. I really want to, and I just haven't. It's in my backlog.
Dollar Monday, tune, the game.
6 out of 9. Great job, guys.
I think we got 7 out of 10.
I don't know.
Can you go through again? I was counting and then I stopped.
Okay. You got Banjo-Tooie?
Yes.
You got Sonic?
Yes.
You got Bust a Move?
Yes.
You didn't get Gotcha Force?
No.
You got Dragon Quest? You got Trauma Team? You didn't get Hollow Knight?
No.
You got Killer Instinct? You didn't get Overcooked?
No.
And
got Raji.
And you got Raji.
That's 7. Ooh, that's a good one. I'll take it. Do you have something to play us out?
To end the show?
To end.
Yeah, I do actually. So, Honey Pop 2 there's been a lot of talk from me about it coming to the Switch because I wanted to, and it actually is. This is actually a true story. It's not a rumor, which is nice. Honey Pop 2 is coming to the Switch, but instead of the nudity, they're going to be replacing the boobs and the men liquid with honey and pop, like soda pop. So
men liquid. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Well, all I know about Honey Pop is that picture of our friend that you took with it.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't realize it was that graphic. So Nintendo didn't either. But once they saw that, they were like, "All right, we'll bring it over there, but we're going to just have to replace it with honey and pop." It's very literal. But yeah, so I mean, it sounds weird, but hey, what can I say? The rumors are true this week.
Thank you very much for that, dude. That's great. I'm very much looking forward to that. All right, everybody. We did it. We had another one. It's done. It's over. We had a great time. I hope you had a great time. Whoops, that's not what I do. You son of a butt. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. We'll do a little after show. A little bit of after show for those who want it.
A little bit of ketchup and a little bit of mustard.
Nikki Hill,
yeah.
have you tried Doki Doki Literature Club yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thumpy Heart Club.
Hey, I didn't realize Super Mario 3D World was online multiplayer. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play with you guys because I'm just starting to get into Fortnite. So you guys enjoy.
Well,
Dude, I will play Fortnite with you tonight.
Yeah, we'll
if
jump
that
on
would-
Fortnite. It's fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm a lone wolf.
Well, we'll watch your game. It's all right. We don't have to play.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, so?
We got you. No matter what you say, we got you.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Nikki Hill, are you going to try Doki Doki Literature Club?
I don't know if I'm going to have the time, man.
You know, the guy who's been off for a while just keeps telling me how he doesn't have time.
Well, I'm going back to work.
When do you go back to work?
On Monday.
Well, today's Saturday.
Yeah, I got other things to do.
That game will take one night.
You'll take one night.
No,
I played it in one night. Freddie Fro wants to know what's for dinner.
It's probably going to take longer than one night. I don't read that fast. I told you I can't read.
Is it really just it's you could really finish it in a night?
Oh yeah, easy. You played Romance of the Three Kingdoms way longer than that game would take.
Yeah, I played it for like 7.5 hours.
Well, is this an inkling of interest in Doki Doki Literature Club?
I mean, if I don't think about what it looks like, then yes.
Dude,
and if I don't think about its title, then yes.
You're warming the cockles of my heart. I can't. I have to take the approach of not telling you anything about it. I just want to say, do not judge the book by its cover for multiple reasons with this one.
Well, what's funny is I literally, I mean, obviously I didn't make up that phrase, but I literally said, don't judge a book by its cover earlier in the podcast. And now all I'm doing is not taking my own advice.
Canadian Rambo says, do play it. It's great.
Canadian Rambo, it looks like like Japanese animation drawing.
Now wait a minute. You watch anime. I don't understand where the dislike for the visual style is coming from.
Well, yeah, I don't know either. I really don't.
Dude, please take my word for it. It is not what you expect. I cannot say any more.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
And it's free.
It'll make your heart go thump thump.
It is free.
I don't know, man. I just got this Xbox and I have a PlayStation. I have a Switch. I've got so many games. I can't be reading a graphic novel right now, interactive novel.
All right. Okay, that's the after show, everybody.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry, Canadian Goose.
Canadian Goose. I tried, guys. I tried. Yeah, I don't know. There's
was it
nothing
not?
else. It was Canadian Rambo.
Canadian Rambo. Canadian Rambo. You know what? That's a really good name. Maybe I will play.
Hey!
All right.
Yeah, let me ask this in the chat. Who's actually played Doki Doki Literature Club in the chat? I'm curious, and then we'll end this after show. I'm nosy. Please keep spoilers out of your answers, please. Several people are typing. Discord is telling me. Mom Brain, I wish you could play, but you saw me play it. Rex says, I have. Guy Bones says, I want to. It's on my backlog. Well, Guy Bones, play it today.
How about this? Has anyone played it and not liked it?
Well, I mean, in the history of the world, I'm sure, yes. But Canadian Rambo, we will allow meme spoilers. Yes, that's allowed. Rex says, with my boyfriend, and then Rex, I can't read the second part of what you said.
Oh, it's free.
I said it's free a million times. Guybone says, I'll play it and report back next week. That's what I like.
You make decisions in this game?
Yeah, you make decisions.
That's the okay.
Romantic decisions.
Way more than romantic decisions, but yes, romantic decisions.
But how much does the game cost?
Kirby, you'll be happy to know that this free game is free. you can download it at no additional cost.
And when is this weekend?
All right, everybody, that's it. That's the after show. If you haven't played Doki Doki Literature Club, go play it. It's free. The game is free. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hang out with friends and family virtually, safely, whatever you're doing. Rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Doki Doki.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.